We've been telling young people, go to school, get educated, then you get a good job, you'll be empowered. But in most of our countries, the people who are living the best lives have no education. The people who are driving the best cars, no education. We have political cadres now occupying significant positions in government because they are loyal. Some of them are fantastically incompetent, but they are wonderful people. Unfortunately, wonderfulness does not cure the underdevelopment challenge. We have equated having things with being, so that those who have things are considered more human beings.
There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Sisi vile vile sio wote ambao wanataka ugomvi kwa sababu ya ugomvi.
Niwaambia nyinyi ni wajinga mkimpata Ruto. Mkadhani tunawadanganya.
Jeti ya Ruto. Hii maisha ya Ruto ni stress na ni stress.
Mungu, wewe umetukosea.
We've been telling young people, go to school, get educated, then you get a good job, you'll be empowered. But in most of our countries, the people who are living the best lives have no education. The people who are driving the best cars, no education. We have political cadres now occupying significant positions in government because they are loyal. Some of them are fantastically incompetent, but they are wonderful people. Unfortunately, wonderfulness does not cure the underdevelopment challenge. We have equated having things with being, so that those who have things are considered more human beings.
There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Sisi vile vile sio wote ambao wanataka ugomvi kwa sababu ya ugomvi.
Niwaambia nyinyi ni wajinga mkimpata Ruto. Mkadhani tunawadanganya.
Jeti ya Ruto. Hii maisha ya Ruto ni stress na ni stress.
Mungu, wewe umetukosea.
Greetings to you all. Thank you so much for making time to join us. This is Sound Candid Talk, open forum political discussion show, the show that gives you an opportunity to air what you feel and think about the latest development on our political front. Well, we are here again to look at our politics and how to, of course, make sense of the same as we ease pressure on the masses in their attempt to try and figure out what is at play and what is at stake and what must we do to be on the safe side, even as things play out not necessarily in our favor, but we need to be secure for the future. Well, the political players are busy at it as usual, ensuring that they play their cards in their favor and, of course, in the best way for them to win the next seat. Because, politicians, they are more obsessed by the next election than the next generation. And so, as we begin to look at what's happening today, it's good news for Mama Ida, who is now been appointed by the Ruto regime as a UNEP ambassador. Congratulations to Mama Aida. But we will want to dive into the politics around the same because Mama has not been quiet about what is going on with the scramble for the control of the ODM party. And of course, ODM party is the husband's, great investment of over 2 decades. And then, of course, it is the epitome of Raila Odinga's legacy. So there is a tussle within the party where we have at least two factions, but somebody says there are three. And the first faction is since there was an agreement for ODM and UDA to work together until 2027, so that must have been Baba's will that they continue with the support of William Ruto. Then there is a faction that says no, the working with William Ruto was a ceasefire, was a rescue mission. It wasn't to be a political principle or a political sentence that has to work the way it had been agreed. And so they say our agreement to 2027 is okay, but beyond 2027, we must chart the way forward as a political party. And that seems to be the last public meeting with Baba and Baba's sentiments. And so it is an issue here where there are those who want to assume that now that Baba is no more, we can assume that his will and his wishes were to support William Ruto. But when we look at these two factions, we have those players who are looking for a landing post. I mean, they are more obsessed with power than they are obsessed with legacy, principle, and of course, justice and equity, or of course, constitutionalism. Those were the marks of Baba and his politics all his life. The compromises he made were to cease fire but fight the following day. But this team of Oburu and team is that the war is over. Let us come together and, of course, work together. And regardless of what is at stake, as long as these big wigs are receiving their dues, their appointments, they're securing their job in the next government, and all that, everything will be all right. And so this tussle has not been, well taken, especially by the immediate family of Raila Odinga, especially where there is a vicious attack against their last daughter, Winnie, for her political persuasion and her political conviction about her father and where the father believed the country should go. And since it is not in the same direction with Oburu, there seems to be this fight that wanted to get, to tell Winnie to shut up and be quiet She's a small girl and she doesn't know anything. She should not be talking where elders are talking. And so there is a lot of intimidation being released out there. And of course, threats. I've seen something on Facebook about threats about her being cast and things like that. I don't know what exactly is cooking. But all in all, I am sure that everything will be all right when we get to look at the whole picture and, of course, choose to do the right thing. It appears to me that in the ODM fraternity, we have people who don't care anymore about right and wrong. They just want to be in power, and being in power is everything to them. The excuse is that they have been the face of the struggle for too long. It is time for them to take it easy. But the best defense is attack. We can only keep what we have gained through the struggle by keeping the struggle alive. But the moment we kill the struggle, betray the struggle, and betray the push for better Kenya, that is it. So I am not in that camp of Oburu and team who want to bury the ODM party and, of course, sell it out to William Ruto. And William Ruto will conduct a barrier for the same. And everybody will be UDA. And to me, that will be a major, major loss, especially for Baba's legacy. And so I invite you on board even as we start the conversation. We are live on Facebook. We are live on TikTok. We are live as well on YouTube. Please make sure that where you're following us. You are getting us loud and clear. And then, of course, let us know where you are watching from. Nakaribisha mtu ili tumakinike pamoja tunapoendelea na mchakato huu. Mato Magnet, I'm sure is the one tuned in from the UK. Thank you. Yani ukambani kitui. Yaani wewe uishi mchezo. Wewe Mato wewe. Okay basi, karibu kutoka UK. Alafu tukazungumze. Link nimeweka hapo kwa comment section. You just click on it, allow the EV Max, sorry, it's no longer StreamYard, it's EV Max, to configure for you the camera as well as the audio, and you'll find yourself in this space. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business as we listen out to that serious appointment by the appointment by William Ruto for Ida, the widow of Raila Odinga. And of course, we'll begin to get into the significance of the same. Let's listen out to this and then get back to look into it keenly. Na wale mnaingia studio, tafadhali wai mapema ili usifungiwe nje.
Mola ilaze roho zao mahali pema palipo na wema. Kweneko, Rais William Ruto amemteua mjane wa waziri mkuu wa zamani hayati Raila Odinga, Ida Odinga, kuwa balozi wa Kenya katika shirika la mazingira la Umoja wa Mataifa UNEP, akimsifia kwa uzalendo na uchapakazi wake. Rais Ruto alisema Mama Ida ameonyesha ukakamavu tangu alipokuwa mwalimu katika shule kadhaa za upili nchini na baadaye katika nafasi kadhaa za usimamizi. Emmanuel To ana mengi zaidi.
Kupitia kwa taarifa kwa vyombo vya habari Ijumaa jioni, Rais William Ruto alitangaza kumteua Mama Dr. Ida Odinga, ambaye ni mjane wa aliyekuwa waziri mkuu hayati Raila Odinga, kuwa balozi na mwakilishi wa Kenya wa kudumu katika shirika la mazingira la Umoja wa Mataifa UNEP. Rais Ruto akimmiminia sifa kedekede Mama Ida mwenye umri wa miaka 76, akirejelea wasifu wake ulioshamiri uchapakazi tangu alipokuwa mkufunzi katika shule ya upili ya Highway Secondary School Nairobi, na baadaye kunoa makali ya wanafunzi wa shule ya upili ya wasichana ya Kenya High alipofunza kwa zaidi ya mwongo mmoja.
Karibu. Marahaba.
Mama Ida, ambaye amekuwa mkewe Odinga kwa miaka 52 kabla ya kifo cha Odinga miezi mitatu iliyopita, amesimama na Odinga sako kwa bako katika safari ndefu ya kisiasa, hasa wakati wa miaka ambayo Raila Odinga alifungiwa jela kwa zaidi ya miaka 8 bila ya kufunguliwa mashtaka. Mama Ida sasa anatarajiwa kufika bungeni kupigwa msasa kabla uteuzi wake rasmi kuwakilisha Kenya katika ngazi hiyo ya kimataifa. Aliyekuwa waziri wa michezo Babu Namwamba aliondolewa katika nafasi hiyo ubalozi wa UNEP na kuelekezwa Kampala, Uganda kumpisha Dr. Ida. Kabla uteuzi wake, Mama Ida amejipata katikati ya vuta ni kuvute chamani ODM baada ya kifo cha Odinga, akiwataka viongozi wakuu katika chama hicho kuzungumza na kutatua changamoto zao kwa pamoja. Emmanuel Toruninga, Citizen, Nairobi.
Language. President William Ruto has nominated the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's widow, Dr. Ida Odinga, for appointment as Kenya's ambassador and permanent representative to the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP. In his nomination, Ruto described Ida as a distinguished educationist, a civic leader, and advocate for social justice and gender equity. If approved, she will replace Babu Namwamba, who was reassigned as Kenya's ambassador to Uganda. Now, family and friends gathered at the international language. President William Ruto has nominated the late former Prime Minister Raila.
Okay, there you have it. It is now official that Ida Odinga, Dr. Ida Odinga, anaitwa Canon, amini ni title ya kanisa, and then kuwa UNEP Ambassador, waiting for vetting by the parliament, and then she will be good to go if, of course, the panel, she finds favor in the eyes of the panel. But we want to keenly, pull the camera closer and be able to analyze closely what is this about? What is this about? And as I'm setting up the poll question, we need to answer this particular question in terms of is Ruto appointment of Ida Odinga to the UNEP based on merit, or is a political move to weaken ODM from within? Ruto being a shrewd and, of course, always wanting to harvest political capital from almost everything that happens. Is this a genuine move to get Mama Ida to serve the country, or this is the usual politics of trying to buy silence? Now, we are saying this in view of what has been cooking, where there has been fierce exchanges between the Oburus and we say the Ogingas and the Odingas. Now, Oburu being in the mix. And if we look closely, we will notice that Oburu and William Ruto seem to be in a very close working relationship, especially on how to handle ODM after the demise of Baba. We in ODM are still we are still questioning on what basis Oburu was appointed as party leader, and the circumstances around it, wherever, putting in consideration that Raila Odinga had just passed away and a few hours, and then of course is given the opportunity to be party leader, and he takes it. How do we make all this? And I'm saying that because it appears that Oburu is in the Ruto camp, and he's not planning to move any other way, no matter what happens, including the liquidation of the ODM party. To him, everything is okay as long as they will be in power, and then after power, of course, they will enjoy the goodies that being in government offers. But that has not been the attitude and the mindset of Raila Odinga all along when it comes to the aspect of making this country work for the good of the majority of Kenyans. Yes, Raila Odinga made compromises, but was strategic and were well calculated. And it was always after he's been cheated out of an election, and of course, is looking for how to go further and be on the, you know, uh, contributing towards the progress of the country without him sitting for a whole 5 years waiting for the next cycle of elections. Now, we are 2 years to the general elections. Why would why would anyone in the world be looking for a merger with a ruling party when that ruling party is about to be dislodged from office? I mean, we are headed to a general election. That general election can go anywhere. You can either win or lose. That's the whole purpose of competition. Now, if we are going to compete and this one's lose an election and we rush there to cut a deal to merge with them, to support them for re-election, what becomes of our party? So the Winnie factor, Winnie, Babu, Sifuna are not buying into that attitude of Oburu. And so for that, there has been a lot of bashing, especially online, targeted at the Odinga family. Mama Ida has received her portion. Winnie has received her portion. And of course, there is all manner of revelation, exposure, trying to malign and, of course, intimidate. And this is not sitting well, of course, with Mama Ida. And so we are asking, has Ruto reached out to make Mama Ida an ambassador to the UNEP so that she can convince Winnie and convince her family to support Oburu in barring ODM? That's the question we are asking. And of course, give your sentiments either in the comment section, or you can, of course, participate by joining into the show. The link is shared in the comment section. You click on it, allow the app to configure the camera and the audio, alafu utafika hapa. Namuona Mkenya Mkora ashaingia, basi tutaanza kujadili masuala haya kwa kina. Anasema yuko UK, yani Ukambani, Kitui. Vipi Mkora? Unmute if you are there. Yes, we can hear you.
I was in UK,
Yes.
but I'm transitioning to USA. Ugenya Siaya Lego.
Hey, so have you come for Baba's funeral or something?
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year to you. Good to have you and hear your voice again.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know, you went on a sabbatical. Nilikuwa na shangaa kwani wewe ulikuwa tochi ya baba.
Tochi ipo. Tochi imeleta mambo. Usitaje tochi hapa. Tochi kuna maneno.
Nasikia battery zimeanza kuisha. Muleka inajaiza badala muweke zingine ziko.
No, kuna watu wanaziombea moto uzishe. Kwa sababu ukiza umeenda. Nafikiria mchezo.
Watu
24 hours.
Watu wanatembea India, wanasema wanaenda kuangalia benchmarking, kumbe si benchmarking, ni tochi inaleta shida. Anyways, it's good to be back in this stage again. Bernard, we've had a very interesting time since the last time we were here. Some of the things that we used to say have come to pass. So I before Baba passed, that was the last time I was here. So for the fraternity of this channel and the people, the viewers that have always watched us, I want to say
officially condolences, we lost a big man. We didn't even lose a big man. We lost a revolution, an enigma. We lost something that can never be replaced in this. Whatever we do, that can never be replaced. I mean, no wonder the daughter is saying, how many tishi si baba iki, but
Vitisho za shilingi mbili
zitanipeleka wapi
zitanifanya
mimi?
nini?
Eh, but now,
Haya,
but now, what is really happening is very interesting when it comes to ODM. I think at some point after Gen Z movement, you remember I announced here that I'd officially resigned from ODM for reasons we both know. And I think from what I heard before Tababa left, he was actually not sitting very well with what he had done at that point. And I think that's the time that he came back and said, who told you we are not going to have an ODM candidate? And he goes and Win even talks about it. ODM is still, even though some of us left, ODM is still the only political movement that revolutionarist or constitutionalist, like some of us, kind of look at. I mean, there's nothing else. We don't know that the other ones, they're just in their own ideology. But the problem is that this back and forth of ODM is really confusing people that really needed to have that democratic part of it. Now we have this uncle who has refused to, amekataa kuzeeka, bado anasemanga yeye ndio representative ya vijana. Yeye ni Gen Z bado anapigana na msichana mwenye yeye ni Gen Z ukweli. Haya, kuna hii story ingine ya kuna mtu ya Suna naye tena tunasikia alikula 500, alikula amekimbia JFK.
ehe,
Ehe, tena kuna vijana kidogo chipukuzi wameanza kusema bwana, hii kitu tupeni bwana, si ndio tunajua kuifanya. Mnataka tena kung'oa Sifuna, mnataka kung'oa Babu, kidogo mnaogopa. Gen Z pale ako na mashida zake, anapigana na Gen Z nis. ODM is in a very precarious place that we don't even understand. So in as much as we might talk about DCPs and all those united opposition, ODM has to be somewhere. But again, Ruto is working overtime kwenda kutafuta Mama Ida, and I'm surprised that Mama Ida anaweza kubali hiyo kitu, because that's pure daylight bribery. I don't know what you think, but I think that's pure daylight bribery. Anatafuta Mama Ida. Mama Ida hata sijui kama amekubali. Kama amekubali, ishawa. Lakini he is working overnight to make sure this ODM is in turn. I mean, it's just confused. Hata mkisemanga watermelon wetu ni mbaya, Elise amenyamazia na huko, Matiang'i amenyamazia na huko. ODM is becoming something that we don't even understand. And let me tell you, Bernard, good leadership, you always talk about good leadership. Hata kanisa unasemanga, kanisa kuna pastor. Baba was a good leader. Whatever is happening to ODM right now, even Bunge la Mwananchi, some of the people that we started with them from so far away, Bernard, ODM is as confusing as it can come. And the thing is that Ruto knows. So now, Mama Aida venye akichukua Mama Aida na Mama Aida achukue hiyo kitu, what will happen is that you'll hear some ODM people saying, tuko bado kwa serikali, naona Mama Ida amekuja. So then, what is it going to happen with the people that actually believe in values like us? Hata kaa tulitoka. Now we will actually walk away from that ODM, watakaa Ruto akae nayo. Tutamuuzia, by the way, for how much he wants it. And we move on and get something else. Let me just stop there for now. Maybe koko na maswali ya mia. Nimekwambia leo nimekuja kukuchokoza from UK on my way to USA. Ugenya
No
Siaya,
problem.
Alego.
That tour we must join together. But before we drop that Aida thing, about accepting, you ask whether she has accepted or not. It can't go public if she has not been privately engaged. But I think it is also springing from somewhere. There is some what is it called? Some information I ran into about Oburu being, you remember after, just before Baba passed away, there was a looming reshuffle in the cabinet. And so I understand that there was some proposition required by ODM to nominate some people into cabinet, or rather propose who goes from the cabinet and who remains. And so that is what happened until now. Oburu submitted his son as one of the people to be nominated. But now at the nomination level, he said that is the family member that has been agreed upon by the wider Oginga family to be given an opportunity to serve in the Ruto administration. Only for Ruto to call Mama Ida and inquire whether that is the stand for the family. And Mama Ida confirms that no, we have never had such a meeting. So it appears that there are things Oburu is doing in the name of the family, but not for the family. And that could be the reason why Ruto now switched the gears and said, since Mama was shortchanged into proposition, then let's give her the job opportunity to go and serve elsewhere, and probably leave us here to fight among ourselves. I don't know what you make of that.
It's that's what I'm telling you. This thing it's a mess. First of all, let's be realistic here, Bernard. There's no one family that belongs to certain positions or to places of power. It cannot be that every time all we're doing is reshuffling a certain family member. Okay, I am Mkora, Kenya Mkora. So now my daughter needs to be be in this show just because she's a daughter of a Kenya Mkora. It has to come
Not
with
necessarily, but if she's qualified, why not?
kwani how many people are qualified in Kenya, bwana? Hey, do you know how many people graduate in not even Nairobi University, Mount Kenya University, or even Machakos Polytechnic? Kwani one 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 family has the monopoly of knowledge. We have to stop this nonsense, bwana, until we go to ideology. And Bernard, that's what we've been talking about. The constitution doesn't even allow. Anyway, I see some people have come. Wacha ninyamaze kidogo.
Sawa sawa, nashukuru, and I get your point. Thank you very much for those views. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to engage, please invite somebody so that we get more people watching and, of course, learning from what Kenyans are exchanging right here on Sound Candy Talk. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Remember, there is a poll question on YouTube channel where we are asking this move to appoint Ida, is it a political move to silence her so that she does not interfere with the proposed merger of ODM and UDA, or it is Ruto just being kind and, of course, considerate and appointing Ida because she's qualified. Maoni yako, karibu tunapoendelea naye. Niko na majina mengine hapa siwezi soma. Huyu ni Undumani ama ni nani? Undumani vipi?
Salama Bernard, unanipata?
Basi umepatikana. Karibu, hali vipi?
Hali tuko salama, Busia iko salama. Tunaendelea mzuri.
Asante kwa kulinda mpaka. Wale kura mlihesabu vizuri ama huko hawahesabiki kura, wanatangaza tu?
Huko Bernard, kilichokuwa mwanzo hakikosi kuwa na mwisho. Hata Gaddafi alikuwa na nguvu kuliko Museveni, lakini Gaddafi walimng'oa. Sasa yeye ni muda tunampatia, ni muda tu tunampatia, atang'olewa tu siku moja. Sawa Bernard. Mimi nitachangia namna hii Bernard. Hii serikali ya Ruto ni serikali ya kutapatapa Bernard. Hii ni serikali na mbele, haina nyuma. Yaani wanaangalia tu kwa nyumba ya Odinga peke yake. Hawawezi kuangalia nyumba ingine. Yeye achukue basi bibi ya Jirongo amunominate hiyo nafasi ya Ida anataka kwenda. Ida alikataa. Ida alikataa. Sasa achukue nini au wajane wa Jirongo wapatie kasi. Wapatie hiyo kasi Bernard. Mama asikubali hiyo kasi, asikubali hiyo kasi kwa sababu bado kama mimi ni mwanachama wa ODM. Sawa, Ruto anataka kuangamiza ODM ikwishe kabisa. Mama asikubali kwa sababu asitoke kwa inji kama chama iko na mfurugo Bernard. Atengeneze kwanza chama isimame Bernard. Kwa sababu kuna wale wanachama wanataka kuuza hii chama ya ODM. Wanajitajirisha wenyewe, wanachukua watoto yao na kuwaweka kwa kazi. Hakuna mahali pengine rais anaweza kutoa mtoto ya mtu na akampa kazi Bernard. Ile kazi anachukua na na kupeleka watoto wetu ng'ambo kuosha vitu ya Waarabu Bernard. Hiyo ndio kazi anapeleka watoto wetu kufanya. Lakini watoto ya watu wakubwa anawapatia kazi. Na Bernard, hii Kenya Bernard. Hii Kenya itakuja siku moja tutaifix Bernard. Tutaifix hii Kenya. Hao wache wakule nyama na sisi tunakula nyasi. Yaani Ruto katika maisha yake hajaona watoto ya wengine. Hajaona watoto wa wengine. Hii familia ya Odinga imeanza kutoka 1963 mpaka saa hii Bernard. Hawana macho, hawana mbele, hawana nyuma Bernard. Hakuna watoto ya wengine wale wanaweza kupata hiyo kazi Bernard. So yeye Ruto aangalie sehemu ingine, kama anataka wajane hapa Kenya wako wengi wenye anaweza kuwapatia kazi Bernard. Si bibi ya Odinga Bernard, si bibi ya Odinga peke yake ndo mjane Bernard. Iko wajane Jirongo, iko wajane Omamo Bernard, iko wajane Omamo wako. Wajane wengine wako Bernard. So kama yeye amekosa kuendesha inji, yeye atoka madaraka 2027, atoka madaraka, tuonyeshe yeye vile tunaweza kuendesha inji Bernard. Si yeye anajua kuendesha inji Bernard. So yeye asichukue bibi ya Odinga akampatia kazi na wanawake wengine wako Bernard. So tunasema namna hii, vile mama Ida amekataa hiyo kazi, akatae kwa sababu tunataka kumnyorosha huyu Ruto kwa debe. Kwa sababu nikuambia kwamba Ruto amebaki na bunduki na polisi peke yake. Bunduki na polisi peke yake ndiye amebaki nayo. Lakini wananchi wamemtokamu kabisa. So wale semeji yetu wanataka kuenda katika serikali yake, wako uhuru kwenda. Sisi kama Waluya kutoka Western tumekataa. Hii ODM wapatie mtu ingine, wapatie kabila ingine, kwa sababu ile kabila imeendesha chama cha ODM ni Waluya. Waluya ndio katika chama cha ODM. Na Waluya ndio wanajua kuwekea hao masemeji yetu chama. Tumewekea Ford Kenya Bernard. Tangu Jaramogi akufe, Ford Kenya jaanguka. Tumewekea chama huko Bungoma. Sasa tena hii ODM nitakatu wawekee kwa sababu hawajui kuweka chama Bernard. Hawajui kuweka chama. Waulize chama LDP iko wapi? Chama NDP iko wapi? Ilikufa yote. Hata vile Odinga amekufa namna hii, ODM itakufa. Lakini wakiweka katika mkono ya Sifuna, vile waliweka katika mkono ya Wamalwa kijana. Wamalwa kijana akawachia Muskari Kombo. Muskari Kombo akawachia Wetangula. Hiyo chama hata wakiitaka iko Bungoma. iko uhai, iko Bungoma. So hii ODM atupatie, tumwekee. Ruto ajui kuweka hiyo chama. Yameweka chama ngapi? Hakuna chama ile ameweka, wanaruka tu, wanatapatapa na machama Bernard. So hii ODM ni mtoni kubwa. Mtoni ndogo kubwa iwezi kumwaga kwa mtoni ndogo. Hakuna vile mtoni kubwa itamwaga kwa mtoni ndogo. URP ni mtoni ndogo Bernard. URP ni mtoni ndogo. So waheshimu ODM. ODM ni chama imebeba kila kabila ndani. Na hatuwezi kumwaga kura yetu kwa kabila kidogo hiyo. Hiyo Bernard, hiyo ni kabila kidogo Bernard, hatuwezi kumwaga kura yetu. URP ni kidogo sana, iko kidogo sana. So yeye asitapetape. Familia ya Odinga haiwezi kumpitiza. Asione familia ya Odinga itampitiza. Hata watu ya Nyanza peke yake haiwezi kumpitiza. Mpaka achukue Kenya mzima. Kama wanampenda ndiye atapita Bernard. Lakini vile naona anatapatapa namna hii Bernard, hawezi. 2027 tunampeleka nyumbani, hajui kuweka serikali. Hajui kuongoza serikali Bernard. Serikali imemshinda. Serikali hii ya kutapatapa, chukua pande hii ati kimbia Central wamekutema, kimbia Nyanza wamekutema, kimbia Western ndio tuko na msimamo Bernard. Sisi watu si wa kubebwa akili Bernard. Hapa Western si watu wa kubebwa akili. Waende bali watu na wabebwa akili huko. Lakini sisi watu ya Western si watu ya kubebwa akili. Sisi ni watu tunajiamulianga kibinafsi. Si tunajiamulia na familia. Hakuna viti ya Western, viti ya familia. Hakuna. That's why unaona hapa akasema ati Faruku atatupanga. Atatupanga wapi? Faruku anaweza kupanga ndani. Apange huko Wakabarasu huko. Lakini pande hawezi kutupanga Bernard. Ajue ya kwamba hawezi kutupanga. Hata Ruto mwenyewe hawezi kutupanga Bernard hapa Western. Sunaona mase Wetangula ameshindwa kutupanga. Mudavadi DVD ameshindwa kutupanga. So sisi tunajiamulianga sisi wenyewe na akili zetu. Hatuendi kwa sababu ya akili ya mwingine Bernard. So Mama Ida asikubali kuchukua hiyo kiti. Hiyo kiti iko wajane wengine wanaweza kupewa. Wajane wengine wa mabwana walikufa zamani wanaweza kupewa Bernard. Si apewe.
Kwani kiti ni cha wajane ama ni si aliyekuwa ni nini? Aliyekuwa anasimamia sasa hivi ambaye anaondoka ni Ababu na Mwamba.
No, Bernard nasema yeye ameona mjane. Ida ni mjane. Yeye ameona wajane. Kwa hiyo Kenya yeye Ida ndio mjane peke yake Bernard. Ape wajane wengine Bernard. Yeye bado analia bwana yake, alie tu bwana yake Bernard. Ape wengine wenyomelia bwana yake miaka 5, miaka 6, miaka 7. Hawapatie kiti.
Sawa. Shikilia hapo, tunarejea hivi karibuni. Mabibi na bwana, tunapoendelea tafadhali respond to the poll question and then of course invite somebody. Before we bring in the video, let me just read this comment by Shaima Hussein. Anasema at Bernard, there was a post that said that Babu, I don't know how true it is, that Babu said Mama Ida has the certificate and yes, about the NDC. I also saw the post to go to the new ODM. So some hours after the post was when Mama was now being appointed. Yeah, imesemekana kwamba hao wanaodai kwamba wanaenda kuuza chama, kumbe hawana certificate ya chama, hawana stakabadhi za chama, and so kuna kizungumkuti huko, na kwa hiyo labda ndio Mama anavurutwa karibu na yeye ndio naambiwa ako na certificate basi, ili wa succeed kusua ama kunasa chama kutoka kwa vijana. Like right now in ODM, vita ni kati ya wazee na vijana, and then of course wazee wanaogopa uongozi wa vijana, labda utawapeleka mbio sana. Nimlete Derek naye achangie kisha tucheze video. Derek, are you still there? How are you? Unmute the mic.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Bernard. And I'm grateful that now I'm connecting with you here. Mr. Bernard, I've just shared with you a message in your inbox, of which I know you will be able to read later on. First of all, let me say I'm meeting you after how many years now? Since 2022, when you were airing all this during preparedness for election. And again, you have come again with this program. I must say, you are doing great, and thank you for collecting that and bring it back uh, for discussion. Uh, Let me go straight to the point that we are discussing, because I was listening to the speakers who were speaking before me, and the reality remains that we know when your enemy offers you something that even if it is good, you may perceive it as if maybe he has got something to interfere with you. You know, being that Ruto was an enemy of the people some times back, when he offers someone a chance, someone may translate it that maybe this person want to corner me, or this person want to victimize me so that I can fall in a trap. But the reality remains the same. An offer is an offer, whether it comes from your enemy or your closest friend, but the offer remains valid. We must appreciate that.
Bernard, by all due respect, point of
Order.
correction.
Mkora shikilia
Ruto is
hapo
still the
kwanza.
enemy of the people.
I also wanted to ask Derek, has he become a friend of the people?
Yeah, I mean, His Excellency is now becoming a friend of the people.
You may need to substantiate that. You may need to substantiate that.
So exactly, and I can tell you that with a clear mind that the president is doing a little good job, and that's why I'm saying that it's becoming a friend of the people, because it's making a progress.
So, you can conclude your submission so that we can get to spam.
Exactly. Thank you so much for rescuing me from Kenya. Someone Kenya he attacked me seriously. Now, Mr. Bernard, when if Mr. President offers a chance to Dr. Ida Odinga, it has got 2 points. One, we know that. Can I say that Honorable Raila Odinga, who had died, now when he see that we can offer this woman a chance to serve in the government, it may be as a result of sympathy, so that she can also feel part of the government as Raila was part of the government in a handshake. Secondly, Dr. Ida Odinga is just equal and up to the task, and she can also do the same, being that Mr. President is gender sensitive, and offering this chance to a female leader is not only giving the family of the lack of Jaramogi, but it is a sign that the president also values the female gender in the entire country. So, with a little submission, Mr. Bernard, I can actually say that as for me, I am supporting the president for that move. And if actually he can continue to do this and behaves in this manner, by considering the people that were less fortunate, is going to be the best president ever that we have had in the history.
So that leaves a lot to be desired, but we'll get back to you. Mkora, ulikuwa unasemaje in the brief? Everybody keep your mic mute, please. Mkora, kama bado upo?
Niko. Am I audible?
Yes, please. It's a quick
Okay.
rejoinder.
Yes. And I apologize for my misbehavior earlier there with this guy because Ruto, we have to make
No, carry on. We are losing
become
you.
anything. And when he says that Ruto has been doing moves that are making him the a friend of the people, he needs to substantiate which one, because you cannot just make empty empty things. The
Sorry,
thing with
it
that
appears we have.
speaker, I know him because we've been here before. He also has to tell us uh, what qualifications. We're not saying that Mama Ida is not qualified, but he also needs to tell us what qualification is Mama Ida qualified about. And even if it's a sympathy, do we have to sympathize with everyone that dies? If I die today, so now my daughter or my mom has to become someone because it's somewhere in the government? Do we not have experts who are graduating every day for it to be a sympathy? And lastly, as I finish, because it was a rejoinder, Bernard, I want him to tell me where and which chapter of the Constitution talks about sympathy appointment. I'm done.
Whether Derek, if you can respond in half a minute or something.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The part of constitution that talks about the sympathy, giving sympathy, I'm happy with my friend how he is coming with these points. You want me to talk direct to the constitution. Now, let me be very brief and clear, as Bernard has said. My friend, when we talk of sympathy, I said it clearly that first of all, Dr. Ida Odinga is up to the task. Secondly, the Constitution of Kenya talks about gender role, the balancing of gender. And when Dr. Ida Odinga is chosen to lead or in a position, it is not only a sympathy offer, but it is also part of in the Constitution that there is need of gender balancing in the Constitution, especially when it comes to the appointment in such offices. Secondly, you had asked me a question Derek, why do you say that now Dr. Ida Odinga is equal to the task? Which qualification does Ida Odinga is having? Now, I'm happy that now the internet is now all over and everyone can use it. If you search, I want to give you an assignment. If you search the profile of Dr. Ida Odinga and you compare with what the Ababu, you will just conclude by yourself that Dr. Ida Odinga is more than the Ababu that you are talking about. Leave alone the education status. But even what Dr. Ida Odinga has done, the impact that he has done in Kenya, Dr. Ida Odinga becomes the highest person now in terms of ranking if you rank between Ida Odinga and the Ababu. So with that little, if you have got another question, I think Mr. Bernard will be able to guide us. Let me not talk much. But briefly, that is what is there.
We get your point. Please, let's hold on there. I will be picking that. That's what we will be looking at. And then, of course, we need to get to the nitty gritty of finding out what is the motive behind the appointment. Derek says it is sympathy. Undumani says if it is sympathy, Jirongo had several widows. They are fresh widows, as Ida is a fresh widow. Why haven't these Jirongo widows been considered for appointment if that is a factor of consideration? And then, of course, there's a question being asked here by Innocent. He says, how comes that Ida is chosen a day before Winnie and Junior having their homecoming, just a day before? That is in 24 hours. Is this part of running down the homecoming of Winnie and Junior in Bondo, as there is a parallel, I think, function in Kisumu for Oburu Oginga? And of course, Oburu and Ruto are in a partnership in all this. I think that's not an
But
exaggeration.
Bernard, you're leaving my question
Could they
away.
be
You're leaving
working
mine.
together? Could they be working together to dim the rising star of Winnie?
But Bernard, you're leaving mine. You put 3, there's 4. The constitutionality of sympathy.
He says gender parity. You didn't really get the answer?
Gender doesn't have anything to do with sympathy. Anyway, it
Please.
kind of does, but
It is
constitutional is
about
not there.
justice now. What is sympathy if it is not giving due justice to whom justice belongs to? That is, if the appointments need to be balanced between the male and the female, then you ensure that it is done so that nobody is victimized. At least that's what I deduce from that. Now, naomba hivi sitaki kuweka foleni refu. Kwa kifupi tu tusikilize huyu kijana alafu tumlete msimamo, then we continue from the conversation. Stay tuned on Sound Candy Talk. We're here breaking down everything for everyone to make sense of our politics as we ease life for the masses. Keep it right here.
Mimi nataka niambia wazee ambao wanatuambia ati tunahitaji tuombewe, vijana wanahitaji kuombewa, vijana wanahitaji blessings. Mimi nawaambia hivi, ile blessing tulipata ilikuwa kwa mzee Raila Odinga. Hao watu wengine wote ambao wanatupigia hapa kelele, sisi hatutawasikiza. Na mimi nataka niambie John Badi, Opiyo Wandayi, nyinyi watu ambao tuliwatuma kwa serikali, msaidie William Ruto. Mmegeuka, mulikuwa tuliwapatia viti ya waziri, sasa mmegeuka, mmekuwa kampeni ya William Ruto. Tuliwapatia kazi muingie kwa broad based government, mkuwe kampeni ya William Ruto, ama tuliwapatia kazi mfanyie wananchi. Mimi nakwambia wewe John Badi na Opiyo Wandayi, na wewe Ali Hassan Joho, wewe tulikupatia kiti ya waziri. Mambo ya ODM unatuuliza nini? Tulitoka ODM ukadesign kama deputy party leader, ukaingia ndani ya serikali ya William Ruto. Mimi nataka niambia hawa kina Gladys Wanga, Junet Mohamed, kama mumechoka na ODM na mtaki ODM, muingie kwa serikali ya William Ruto na muingie chama ya UDA, mtoke ODM. Mambo ya uchinga hapa mnatufanyia uchinga, hatutakubali. I want to tell you, join UDA party. Mwende mupige kelele ndani ya chama ya UDA. And in finishing, I want to say this. Those people who are intimidating and provoking the young leadership like that of Babu Owino and Didi Nyoro, sisi kama vijana tumeamua ya kwamba hawa vijana ndo tutafuata. Babu Owino, Didi Nyoro. Mimi nataka niambia wazee ambao wanatuambia ati...
Okay, there you have it. Vijana wanavyofikiria na kusema. Msimamo, hali vipi?
Bwana, hali safi kabisa. Tuko buheri wa afya, tunamshukuru Mungu. Ngaje hapa naona ndugu yangu.
Karibu.
Naona ndugu yangu Mkenya mkora amenitoroka hapa na nilitamani tusalimiane, maana mwaka unaingia wa pili hatujasalimiana na ndugu yangu kipenzi Mkenya mkora, lakini Derek apokee zangu. Kaka hapa naona tu J peke yake, sasa pia apokee zangu. Lakini na wale wote wake upande wa pili kule upande wa comment section, yani huko kuna dada yangu Shema Hussein, lakini na ndugu yangu wa mbavuni hapa Innocent. Kaka, mimi sitaki niwe mrefu wa maneno, niwe mfupi wa maneno. Kwanza niruhusu nichukue fursa hii kujitangaza msimamo nilionao kwa sasa. Msimamo nilionao mimi nina Martha Wangare Karua mpaka debeni. na ni hatua kubwa sasa hivi ndio ipiga haswa kwa chama chetu cha People Liberation Party, ambapo tunaamini kwamba sisi tukijiunga pamoja basi tutajikomboa. So unite and liberate ndio kazi yetu, ndio slogan yetu. So niwe mwazi hapa, nisiwe mnafiki wa kubambaisha maneno huku na huku. Na kufikia sasa nalisimamia jimbo langu la Kwale kama chairman na coordinator, lakini vile vile haswa naishikilia Pwani kwa ujumla, maana nimetia uguu kule Taita, nimetia Kilifi na kila mahali kuhakikisha kwamba tutahakikisha kwamba tunamweka kiongozi ambaye ataweza kuleta haswa heshima ya katiba yetu ambayo imepewa mgongo, lakini vile vile pia tuheshimu na sheria ili tupate nafasi ya kuwafunga hawa mafisadi, na hii pesa ambayo tunafaa kuisevu kwa mwezi mabilioni yapate kuweza lipia shule ziwe free badala ya kutolewa huu mzigo kama tulivyotolewa mzigo kichwani na rais wetu, kisha tukarejeshwa kwa bega leo kwamba CBC waende hata bila uniform. Yote 9, wacha nirudi haswa kwenye mada hii hapa ya uteuzi wa mama yetu Ida Odinga. Kimtazamo wangu mimi kama msimamo nasema hivi, ni kiki. Ni kiki kwa sababu either kwa mambo mawili. Winnie alizungumza Kibera kana kwamba katika tangu azungumza yale Kibra, nilifikiria kwamba ama ile nilikuja kwa akili yangu ama kwa jedwali la akili yangu ni kwamba ananyemelea huenda pengine haswa kile kiti cha MP. Kimtazamo wangu kwa yale ambayo alikuwa na adadavua pale. Sasa kama atakuwa na wania hicho lazima pia tuangalie pia na kile ambaye ameweza kuyazungumza ambaye hayafungamani na upande huu mwingine ambao wanaamini waliachwa kwa serikali. Kwa hivyo labda kwa kuweza kuzima ukali huu, basi wacha tumpe mama yake nafasi, tuone kama hata imba na yeye pia kwamba nimo ndani ya broad based government na tutakuwa tumemaliza mchezo. Kwa hivyo hii ni hesabu iliyopigwa ikakamilika, wala si kwa manufaa ya mwananchi, wala si kwa manufaa ati ya agenda party. Hii inaozungumzwa na ndugu yangu hapa Derek. Kimtazamo wangu hii ni hesabu iliyopigwa ikakomaa, iliyokwenda shule, labda pengine hawa expertise kwa ile kazi ambayo hawa vijana wanalalamika, basi labda expertise ndio wameamua haswa kwanza mlete hapa Oburu kwa sababu mtoto wake tuko naye na ataimba, lakini vile vile tutaangalia nani kichwa. Winnie wacha naye pia tumlete hapa, tumpe kiti cha Kibra na mama yake pia naye tuweze kumwangalia nafasi hapa katika uongozi, alafu tutakuwa tumemalizana. ODM itakuwa imeingia katika kiganja chetu na tutakuwa ndio kusema, na pia ahadi ile ambayo iliwekwa wakati ya kumstiri mzee wetu Odinga kwamba sitaacha hiki chama ambacho nimekiasisi mwenyewe, nimekianzisha kiishie mikononi kwa wengine, hiki sitakubali kabisa. So ndoto hii imekuja kutimia baada ya kusambaratika haswa kwa ODM ile ambayo baba ameweza kuiacha, na ndo hizi nafasi ambazo tunaziona, kwa sababu mama pia alikuwa anaonyesha kwamba haridhishwi haswa na hawao ambao wanazungumza na kuifagilia kwamba tuliachwa ndani ya broad based government. Kwa hivyo kimtazamo wangu haraka haraka, hili si kwa ajili ya sisi kama wananchi, bali ni kwa ajili ya wachache ambao wanaona kwamba mambo yao hayaendi sawa, na kama hawatafanya maarifa na kuhusika mgomba ungali wima, basi huenda wakaikosa hiyo ndizi, lakini vile vile pia mgomba utakuwa ndio huo ambao ushatangulia. Ni ufunguzi tu kaka, asante.
Okay, so kwako wewe unaona ni mikakati ya kudhibiti nguvu za Winnie Odinga
kabisa.
Unamaanisha kwamba Aida akijiunga ama akikubali kufanya kazi na kuwa ambassador wa UNEP kama vile amechaguliwa na William Ruto, itakuwa na uwezo wa kumnyamazisha Winnie?
ya kwa sababu Winnie katika semi zake na yale ambayo ameyazungumza Kibra na masuala yale mengine, huenda kimtazamo wangu na kinyemelea kile kiti cha ubunge cha eneo lile, na kama atakiwania basi sabu za haraka haraka kwa expertise ni kwamba akimleta mama yake Winnie Odinga kwa serikali, alafu mfano Winnie aambiwe wewe tulia, hiki kiti ni chako na tutakusupport. Jamani, tujiulize kweli tu mfano wa maneno, je, kutakuwa tena na sauti ama tutaimba broad based government?
Okay, maoni yako hayo, asante. Lakini naomba hivi
lakini
mwenye jibu
pia mna ruhusa ya kuweza kuyapangua Bernard, kama pengine haswa ni mtazamo wangu, lakini mimi nami na expertise wangu tumepiga hesabu vile vile tukaona hapa
sawa msimamo. Asante sana. Naomba kama kuna mtu anataka kujibu hilo ajibu sasa kabla tuangazie hiyo video. Undumani.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Tutakuwa ngasi. Wacha nimalizie hii yangu ni chache. Bernard. Hatutakuwa ngasi sisi katika sisi wanachama wa ODM. Hatutakuwa ngasi ya kupeleka wengine juu huko Bernard. That's why kama Mama Ida anataka kusimamisha chama asimamishe chama, kama anataka kuvunja avunje, lakini sisi tukiwa wafuasi wa ODM kwa mrengo wa Sifuna, sisi hatutakubali tukue ngasi ya watu kupanda juu, alafu akishafika huko juu wako na madharau, wako na maringo, wako na kiburi, wanafikiria kwamba hii miaka yote tumekaa katika ODM tumefanya kazi bure. So yeye akubali au akatae, na akikubali, hiyo ni chama, ndio mwisho ya chama cha ODM. Chama cha ODM kitabaki ya masemeji yetu kule. So sisi hatutakuwa ngasi, ni hayo tu Bernard.
Karibu PLP ndugu yangu, maana tayari dalili zinaelekea huko.
we msimama, nitakupiga fine. Umekuja recruitment.
Samahani mkuu. Samahani.
Tegea hapo tunarejea. Mkora, ngoja tumsikize Derek. Derek, maoni yako kwa hilo? Okay, it appears Derek is not set. Mkora, unaonaje? Ni kiti cha Kibira kinasumbua Ruto ama ni chama cha ODM?
We, unajua kuna mtu alishaingia kwa bedroom na akatoa viatu.
So
Na
unajua viatu asonge Lang'ata.
Unajua Bernard, there is something, it's just an analogy, yeah?
Yes.
When your dad or your mom passes, and then there's something called inheritance. So your bedroom lazima mtu alale. Amfungi bedroom because baba na mama wameenda. So kuna mwanamke alisema mimi nimekuja bedroom, ulisema siwezi kuja hapa, nimekuja bedroom na nimetoa viatu. Natoa viatu saizi. And she's synchronizing with most of the young people because we are tired. Bernard, we've been talking about this for a long time. Tumekuwa tukisema we are tired of career politicians. Wachaneni na Winnie aende kwa bedroom ya baba yake. Wacheni kumwambia sijui hawezi enda kwa bedroom ya baba yake na baba yake alishapita. Kwani hiyo bedroom nani ataosha? Si niye ndio ataosha? Ati mnamwambia asiende. Let Winnie do what Winnie is doing. Anko kulalitokea, unajua kuna wale maanko wenye wanakaanga huko kando, alafu ndio wanakuja kuambia anko wacha akae kule yuko afanye vitu yanafanya. The only thing that we need to be very careful in my own analogy is that the system that ODM had created and what Baba had created and why akiita watu wanakuja and everything, we need to be careful because if we kill ODM, there's no other thing, other party that can, I mean, Jubilee cannot do, Wiper cannot do what ODM had done with Baba's leadership. I think we need to just let it happen and accept that there comes a time that leadership changes from the older to the newer. Our young, kina Sifuna, kina Babu, kina Winnie, when it comes to kina Raila Jr., I don't know. I don't think he's even very political, but it does. We don't need to make it a family affair, but we have to make it as a metaphor, something that is metaphormises to something, so that it still becomes that democratic party that used to be what Baba had seen and why Baba was really alikuwa anaingiana na watu. So we need to be very careful with that. If they want to destroy it, they can destroy it. There's nothing we can do. If Ruto wins in destroying it, that's fine. Lakini huyu jamaa mwenye aliongea hapo hivyo akasema mama Aida kuchukua hiyo kitu ameikataa. I am looking at that and I wish kabisa akataa hiyo kitu. That will be a game changer. Let me stop at that point unless you have a question.
Okay, thank you. Just pushing further would because this is going to zero into this. The choice between Winnie's dreams and friendship with Ruto. Do you think Mama Ida can sacrifice Winnie's welfare, or in terms of her being established politically, for a convenient job appointment that she can be dismissed at any time?
Honestly, Bernard, that's when we started. When I was just between me and when it was just between me and you, that's what I was asking you. Did really Winnie, Mama Aida, accept this position? Because I will be very disappointed if she does. She has nothing to lose if she doesn't. But it will really put the legacy of Baba ahead that she's not a pushover. You know, right now what we are having, and that's why you're hearing people are selling wanauza. You know, Baba. There's a politician that went on Spice TV. I can't remember who it is, and said Baba never went to make deals with other political parties and anything. They came to talk to him. So I'm hoping that Ida doesn't take that thing, because and these guys that are going to make deals there, Kinanko, making deals with another person. If you guys remember very well, Baba ndo alikuwa nakujiwa na wakikataa kukuja anaenda mpaka anaenda tunaambiwa uninyunyizie maji. Tunaharibu kila kitu, hata reli kitaka mpaka mkuje muongee. We were not going to be servants, tunaenda kupiga magoti. So I'm hoping that Mama has not, she's never been, even when Baba was going to siku zake akiteswa na Moi. Let's not forget about the history of our country, the YK92s and the Jirongos. Like you said, you asked a very good question. If it's sympathy, why not watoto wa Jirongo? But anyway, the constitution does not allow that. So I hope Mama Aida does not take that. She doesn't need it. She has a whole spectral company. She has places and she has people like us. I hope she can stick with what Baba used to do. I hope she doesn't. If she takes it, I'll be very disappointed. Let Winnie do what Winnie does.
Okay, so the conclusion is, if she takes the job, it will affect the political cards in terms of the initial steps that Winnie is making to the forefront of the political agenda of the country. And of course, thank you for bringing up the aspect of her resilient and continued keeping the struggle alive for over 52 years of being married to Raila Odinga. And I don't think that can go by an appointment. That's one thing I am sure of, that it is becoming clearer that in ODM we had moles, we had pretenders, we had hypocrites, we had traitors, but we had genuine people who were persuaded about the aspiration and visions and uh, choices of Baba, and that they cannot be sold or they cannot be bought. And so the struggle here is not about even names or families. It's about ideology. Do we sacrifice justice for all? Do we sacrifice constitutionalism? Do we sacrifice democracy for an appointment in an existing government? That is the really bottom line of the matter here. And then, of course, Ida has a lot on her plate already. There is Raila Foundation to run. There is Spectra. There is grandchildren to raise. There is, of course, hata jamaliza kwenda matanga kule inaitwa nini kwa farm. Okay, so I don't think her taking on that foreign appointment will add more value, nor other than just messing up or creating more confusion about what's going on right away. I don't know, Derek, if you're back, you can weigh on this before we move to something else. Okay, inaonekana Derek patikani or is offline. Naomba hivi msimamo. Umesikiliza huyo kijana anasema Oburu na timu yake hawahitaji baraka yake. Baraka washapokea kutoka kwa Baba. Ni time ya vijana.
Ni wana haki yao kusema hivyo, kwa sababu huko ndiko waliko, lakini sasa wamepewa kisogo kwa hawa unaowaita moles waliokuwa ndani ya ODM ambao wamejionyesha kwa rangi zao halisi, kwamba tamaa za tumbo lao ndizo ambazo zilikuwa mbele. So mti mkubwa kawaida kuondoka, ukianguka basi ndege yetu huyumba. So wameyumba, waona mti ambao ni wa kukimbilia, basi ni kuhakikisha kwamba chama hiki kitamezwa. Sasa badala kwamba labda pengine wafuatwe ni wao wakaombe. Sasa sijui itakuwaje, kwa sababu naona sasa kuna kizungumkuti hadi kotini, masuala na Mudavadi na NC yake ilivyomezwa mazima, na siku zote mwenzako akinyolewa cha kotia maji. Kwa hivyo hawa vijana, kimtazamo wangu mimi nasema wako sawa, wanawake wakitoa maoni yao, kwa sababu hata mimi pia sikutegemea kwamba Oburu atakuwa rais hivi na kuchukuliwa hivi mazima na kuacha haswa misingi ya chama cha ODM ambao msingi wake ni kwamba haukuwa tu ni Waluo Nyanza bali ni wa taifa zima, chama ambacho kilikuwa kimezagaa taifa zima. Sasa hivi ni kama
msimamo wewe unaweza pigia Oburu Oginga kura.
Sasa ndo haya anayoyazungumza kaka yangu hapa Mkenya mkora, kwamba kumwamini ni ngumu, kwa sababu tangia wale nimefuatafuata si muda mrefu, lakini nimemfuatafuata hata enzi za uhai wa ndugu yake. Unajua, nikaa na jamaa wangu hapa nikamwambia hawa ndio wale wanatamani mke wa ndugu yao afe ndugu yake ali amchukue, amemmezea mate muda mrefu. So ndio hili ambalo naliona kwa sasa hivi. So sidhani kama naweza mpigia kura yangu kirahisi hivyo, kwamba naweza poteza kisu changu kwa kuchinja paka kisha nikipewa kuku hapa nishindwe. Ndio maana mimi nikatimka ODM, nikaona niishie kwa mtu ambaye ataifuata katiba kikamilifu. So huko ndiko niliko kaka, ili tuhakikishe kwamba katiba itatimilizwa kwa manufaa ya Mkenya. Si Mkenya mkora bali Mkenya halisi. Asante.
Haya, Mkenya mkora umetajwa hapo. Wewe ndio uko na Oburu. Inaonekana mnatudanganya hapa tu.
Nimeuliza msimamo hiyo swali very conspicuously, kama anaweza pigia Oburu Odinga. Oburu hata hawezi ongea. I mean, na nani mtoto alisema vizuri, you cannot copy paste. Ni kama mimi siwezi copy paste nikuwe Bernard. Bernard knows how to run this show. Sasa akitoka hapa hivi mi nikiachwa nitarun vitu zangu hata zingine hazieleweki. But sasa Oburu Odinga, seriously, nani anaweza votia? I mean, me I cannot. Hata ukinirudisha kwa chama. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Wacha Uburu akanyage kando, aachane na hao watu wengine wafanye chama kule inaenda. The only reason we are still in ODM, hata wengine kaa tulitoka, mi na msimamo tulitoka almost the same week, is because kuna kitu tuliona that was not going well, lakini baba alikuwa anajaribu kucorrect. By the time, God rest his soul in peace, we miss you baba, but it's not working. Bernard, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not there. Oburu uliona, na si kuongea matope, unajua mi napendanga kucheka sana. Uliona akienda pale hivyo anajaribu kuongelesha watu na he doesn't even know what to talk. Ajui nini ya kusema.
Wewe uliona size ya viatu za baba na ukaona size ya miguu ya Oburu. Alafu mnataka Oburu aenda Olympics arudi hapa na medal. Are you tempting God or you're tempting Oburu? So, so Oburu, okay, kulingana na okay, information that I'm beginning to get, hili swala la Oburu even kuwa party leader ni miujiza, yani alieleweki. Kwa nini Oburu alikuwa one of the trustees wale watu unajua trustees wa chama. Undumani, you need your camera off and mute your camera. Utatuletea kizaazaa hapa. Mute your camera, tuchukue tu audio. Angalia kuna option ya kumute camera Undumani kama unanipata. So inaonekana mipango ya kufanya Oburu akuwe party leader ilikuwa yote geared towards this. It will be easy to manipulate and control ODM if Oburu is party leader, other than leaving ODM under Sifuna or Osoti and this other young tax. It will be very difficult to convince them that William Ruto is the future. But for Oburu to see William Ruto as the future, is that a mistake? Mkenya Mkora?
Sorry, it's a okay, nakusikia. It's a clueless kind of way of doing things, and
No,
Oburu Odinga,
to Oburu at 82 going to 83, okay? Ruto at 50 plus. So Oburu akiangalia Ruto anaona future. Unaona?
no, si Oburu ndio future.
Because Ruto is younger. No, we are looking at the mind of Oburu and his spirited effort of ensuring that we support Ruto come what may. Okay? He's doing that because Ruto is younger and of course he's known to have outsmarted Uhuru and everyone in Azmio and became president, and so there is no one that can dislodge him from the seat. And so he's already defeated, and of course they have submitted, just like our Luya, whatever donations that we donated long time
Let
ago.
me ask you a question, Bernard.
They are not prepared 2022, they are not prepared 2027, but they will try 2032 when one is at 85, the other one will be at 80 something.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go with this hierarchy kind of way of politics. Huh? Oh, sorry, somebody wants to say something.
Subiri, yes? Oh, Derek, just a moment. Let him prosecute his case and then we respond.
So Bernard, let me ask you a question. Not when I say I'm talking about everybody, all the panelists. Let me ask you a question. And Bernard, because you're best on this, how old is Raila's daughter?
She's hardly 30, is it? I can't confirm the exact figure, but
how old would have been? How old would have been
she's not
Fidel?
40. She's not 40. Sorry?
Okay, so how old would have been Fidel if he was still been alive?
Maybe 45. I don't know.
No, I mean, you're right.
You can check and confirm.
Yeah, you're right. How old is Oburu?
Oburu is 82 going 83. In fact, he will be 83 October 15th.
Lest we forget that Oburu is Raila's senior.
Older brother,
bigger
yes.
brother. Yeah, lest we forget. So who you Gen Z, who you Oburu, why is he getting involved into some things that actually needs to be moving into a different kind of way of doing? And then if you look at when they were in Coast, when they went to Coast, you can see there's not that gist that when Raila used to make be in Coast, be it in Mandera, when you could see the leaders that were there, they started even saying that Sifuna was stuck somewhere, or Sosi was stuck somewhere, and everything like that. But it's because these guys do not want to be associated with these guys, with the old, this new young Gen Z. They don't want to be associated. Come on, Bernard, we've been here for a very long time. Call a spade a spade. Kina Sifuna, Kina Babu, all of those guys do not want to be associated with this. This thing, mtu hata venye alikuja kwa party leader, how do you just wake up and tell us that he's the party leader? Party leader of who? You can't even gather one vote other than hii ya Derek hii yake ya kusema ya Ruto ya huko. No, Derek now is a sympathizer of Ruto.
Goja, come small. Ningependa kukumbusha kitu kabla nimlete Derek. Unakumbuka election petition ilikuwa ya 2017. Kukawa kwa Supreme Court ikasemekana the judges are considering to recount the votes, na kulikuwa na huyu elderly Kikuyu lawyer ambaye alikuwa na represent Uhuru Kenyatta, and then right on the floor of the court akasema he cannot make a commitment on that until he consult with his client. He doesn't want to make a commitment that will disadvantage his client. You remember that scenario, Mukora?
Yes, I do. His name is I'm trying to find his name, but yeah, I remember that he's
you remember that scenario. Now I'm saying that to say that Oburu is a man under siege, is a man under siege. He's acting on instructions. The instructor is telling him, don't talk to Babu, don't talk to Sifuna, talk to so and so. I saw you standing with, so I don't want you to stand with those people. So he's being puppeteered, and that is one of the things that makes him unfit to lead the ODM party, because ODM party is a vibrant, people-driven party. Even Raila did not have a grasp on the party, except from the fact that he used to buy into the people in such a way that he rides on the wave of the people. But him driving the party as an individual without the support of the people, it is impossible to run ODM that way. And so that's why even the ODM
with all due respect,
ODM that we know. Yes.
With all due respect, Bernard, you remember when Baba had given up and he went, he said, me and Karen and Uhuru said, I'm going to Ishaweri. Remember, people are the ones that actually brought Baba, and they sat him down at Jacaranda grounds and told him, no, we are going to do this. We are going to be with you. Baba was listening to the people. Baba was the people and everything. So that's what I wanted to kind of clarify on that. People brought him, akakaa chini hapo, akaambiwa kaa hapa
Bernard,
nikuambie.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. The people first, and then the leaders, not the leaders and then the people. But Derek, unasemaje?
Bernard, let me just intervene shortly. And, I've been following this conversation keenly. And Bernard, do you know why you do well? You do well, especially in these conversations, because you do lots of research and you are talking of the facts and the things you can substantiate, the things you know, the things you can table down. But here comes Mkenya Mkora, who can still remember someone he doesn't even know the name, but he can remember what is said in court. It makes me smile where I am, because Mkenya Mkora doesn't know, it doesn't do research. So it makes you even,
No,
it,
you
it,
people,
it
you're
does
going for
something
each
to me.
other's neck. You're going to ban me here. Do this.
Thank you for intervening. Now, let me go back to the point. Huh? Uh, on a lighter note, Mr. Mkenya Mkora, don't usinifinye sana. Now, what I'm saying, Mr. is that currently the president of Kenya is yearning for 2027 election. He need to retain the position, and is finding all the ways what he can do best to ensure that he takes it for the second round. And now, the first thing for a politician to win is to look for those with influence and those people who are known. One, Raila Odinga was known, and the person who is likely to be known, we can say someone from his family, and that could be the wife. And now, the point that I talked about when I was beginning my submission was that he could have given Ida Odinga as a sympathy offer. That could be a sympathy offer. Then he calculated and knew that if I give this person this offer, the total vote that he will be able to get from her is much as compared to what he could have gotten from Babu na Mwamba. So with that,
Hivi Kanye, it's not in our constitution, yawa.
I will be able to refer you when we talk of constitution.
Order. You guys, let's do this.
Mr. Bernard, totally.
Derek, just hold on. Derek, just hold on.
Refer him to Article 10, Section A.
Gojeni, learned friends. Let's do this. Mukora, hold your horses. Let Derek prosecute his point. Then we will be able to respond. But Derek, I just want to throw this to you. All of us here have been in a classroom, okay? And we did either one of the national exams, either CPE, KCPE, or KCSE and all that. When a student abandons to read and study in preparation for the exam, and then he begins to go looking for who will be the invigilator, who will be the influential in deciding the mark given in composition and things like that. What do we call that? Is that not preparation for cheating other than the showing your prowess in terms of how studious you are and how well you're performing in your studies?
Okay, let me respond quickly on that. What this person is the strategy. You are looking for the strategy how to win this case. Now, like a person who does not read and is looking for a solution on how it can reach further. That person is preparing well. Leave alone the matter of being the matter of being cheated, you are cheating or not, but that is the method is
No,
using
no,
to maybe to win.
Derek. Let's make it as practical as possible. Okay, you are an adult. Okay, you, you want to win a lady, or rather, your sister is in the marriage. She wants to be married. Okay, what characteristic would you advocate for your sister to be married to? This person who goes for shortcuts or the person who follows due process? Why should we take the whole of Kenya and put it in the hands of somebody who takes shortcuts other than following due process?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Bernard. You know, I'm a person who likes reading, and I remember so vividly, and I can quote I don't know, can I quote the page in the book of the Caucasian Chalk Circle, where the two family, the fruit growing community and the goat herding community, they're fighting over a piece of land. And one said that it is not only the valley, but it is the people or someone who has got the best plan for it. Now, it may not the person who chooses the shortcut or the person who chooses the due process. You can choose the due process yet do nonsense. You can choose the shortcut and do it perfectly. And I want us to get this clearly. It is not all about the process you are taking, but it is what you can do and how you can do it. The impact you are going to bring on the table.
Derek, please, don't go further. Don't go further. If that's a line of
Bernard,
thought,
I need a
then
refresher on
ngoja
my set
kwanza,
books.
mkora, ngoja tunakuja kwako. Bwana Derek, the end justifies the means, so they say, yeah? I am Meluya. I come from Kakamega. There is how to cook ugali. You boil the water first, then you put the unga. You don't boil the unga and then put the water.
Derek is
The
putting the unga
moment
and then
you choose
water.
to boil the unga in order to put in the water, it will never be ugali again. So if you tell us that it doesn't matter the process, then it is clear that where you are inviting us to, we are not safe. The reason there is law, and you are quoting the constitution here, is so that we safeguard everyone, the weak, the younger, the older, the in-between. They are all equal in the eyes of the law. So due process is to ensure that nobody is taken advantage of. But if you tell us it doesn't matter the process as long as somebody is doing something, then we are opening up this country to a rulership that will do anything because they are doing something, and everybody should accept what is being done and not compare it or judge it against the law. And when that begins to happen, we'll have a no man's land. Is that what you're advocating for? Because this Ruto has become the friend of the people. He's doing his best in terms of deceiving the people other than winning the people.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Bennett. I just think maybe you didn't get me clear. The point I was explaining, I think you've taken a side of it. When we talk of constitution, it is a little bit different from the aspect I was bringing in. And then not everything has got same formula. There are things that deserve specific formula, and there are things which doesn't deserve specific formulas. So when it becomes to a matter of politics, when we talk of politics, politics does not have same single formula. You can use different formulas as long as you do it rightly, and then all what we are aiming is to win the election. Now, the aspect you want to bring in, actually, I can't support, and I'm not saying that we don't use the due process as long as we
Derek,
are very polite.
do we need to do formulas to win seats, or do we need to go to the ballot?
We need to use formula.
Not the ballot. So then we forget about going to the ballot. Eh?
Even that ballot is a formula, one of the formulas used. We have different formulas. We have for calculating areas, perimeter, and so on.
So, Bwana Derek, we are going
Yes.
back where we were. Okay, there is what we call the science. Okay, then we have the arts or
Sure.
humanities. Those of you went to school when school was still school. Now, for something to be scientific, okay, it needs to have a specific formula and a repeated outcome, no matter who applies it, as a principle that reproduces itself, no matter who applies it, and it gives the same results. That is scientific. Now, when it comes to public service, that is, you are standing for many people and you're supposed to represent. That's why I was talking about the existence of law in the human society is not only to ensure that there is a lawyer and there is a judge and there is a Supreme Court and there are other magistrates court. It is to ensure that everyone in that society is safe against each other, against external aggression, and even against their own leaders. So this law is not just for the police and the other nini. We have the law to ensure that Mama Mboga is protected, Mama Samaki is protected, and the highest of the highest people is also protected, because nikikuja kuweka industry yangu hapo Awendo, okay, na ni hela yangu nimeweka hapo, nataka ikuwe safe. Si eti mtu akuje kuichoma alafu aseme huku hii zone atukubali industry, kitu kama hiyo. So the law exists for safety, it's for order, it's for governance. Now when we say that somebody is looking for the highest seat in the land so that he becomes the CEO of the entire country and he has no regard for the rule of law, how safe will be that society? And then Derek, here you're telling us it doesn't matter how you win. The most important thing is that you win election. Isn't that what we are suffering from? Isn't that the reason why we are where we are in the first place? Do we want it repeated?
Okay, thank you so much. The questions are now coming, the good questions. And when your senior is asking you a question, you need to be very careful. When you are asking me questions, I need to sit back and think again. The question you are asking is very important, especially when it comes to matter pertaining election. And I'm happy that you've brought it, the concept of science, where the specific formula which is needed. But let me bring the response, or let me give the response. When I use, I am a ICT guru, and I really love the things to do with technology. Previously, the things we used to do physically, but currently we do them through the system. A clear indication that the world is evolving, and we no longer do things the similar way we used to do it before. There are things, how our grandfathers or forefathers used to do things, we can't copy what they were doing, that we do right the similar way they used to do it. So, what I mean is that there are so many inventions that has taken place. So we need also to imply these inventions or the new technologies which has come out, as long as we are going to get the same result. As long as we are going to use new technologies, we are going to arrive to get the same result. And I think that
Derek,
I've answered you.
I'm gonna listen to you, but I'm
But
gonna ask
Bwana
Bernard
Derek,
to.
hold on there. Mkora
Oh,
unasemaje?
okay, thank you. I didn't want to really sikuwa nataka kumkatizia kitu yenye anasema, but there's something ameniguza kabisa. Bernard, you know what I do for a living. You've known me for a long time, and you know what I do. So
That's why I want the
I'm
gurus to talk to each other.
so this guy is really getting on, not really on my nerves. Usichukulie vibaya baba, kama nikiongea vibaya usichukulie vibaya. I've been here for a long time, watu wanajua how I speak. Derek, you cannot. Okay, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Uwezi sema
Everybody make
that.
your mic, mute your mic until it's your
Okay,
turn to speak, please. Mkora, you have the floor. Go on.
okay. So Derek, when you come about technology, um, I really want to ask you, because umesema we ni mtu wa IT. I really want you to tell me what happened to the Bernard, zinaitwa nini zile kits?
Kim, yeah, they're called Kim's kits.
Kim's kit. Kim's kit.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. So I
BVR,
want to.
the BVR, they were those ones for IBC and the servers.
Yes, those are the ones I'm asking for. I'm asking. So, as an IT guy, can you tell me what really changed that we need? I'm not talking about this year because the next election is not here yet. We are talking about the previous years. Why we keep on buying this new BVR kits and why we keep on asking people that new systems and anything, because and like you said, you just walked yourself into a very bad water, but it's okay. Drown by yourself. I'll help you drown. But why is it that we keep on buying these BVR kits every time that we are having election? Is it that we don't have record, or is it that they expired between one election to the other one? What the heck is happening?
All right, sir.
You're an
Thank you so
IT guy.
much. Thank you so much. I just want to answer you straight away. Do you have a phone? And I suggest maybe I just think you're using the phone as we speak right now. Can you answer this question, a quick one? Do you charge your phone? And why do you charge your phone?
Yes, I charge my phone every day so that it can be on the next day.
Exactly. Thank you. For it to be effective, you need to charge your gadget. And then for the gadget, the
Slow
electronic
down,
gadget.
slow down. But slow down. But
No,
I charge my phone to have power. Hold on. I charge my phone to have power. I don't reboot the system of my phone.
all right, sir. Thank you so much. You've answered well. But the core thing is that you do some maintenance, either by charging or by doing any other thing, depending on the gadget that you are using. Now, this is the similar case when it comes to the systems that we used for election. There are some things that needs to be changed or replaced for proper maintenance, for effective work and effective result.
Let me
And
ask
that
you a
is
question,
why,
brother. Because Bernard is
yes.
quiet. Let me ask you a question. And this is not to delimit you or make you feel low or anything. You can answer if you don't want to answer. I know where I'm going. When were you born?
That's too personal. Just proceed.
Okay, yeah, let's go past that. Have you ever had anything called mlolongo?
Yes, proceed.
No, that one we are not proceeding. Have you ever had anything called mlolongo?
All right, so now let me answer you, Mr. Bernard, and engaging with the Kenya.
Baba, jibu
No,
swali. Tuko watu
let's do
watatu.
this. Let me jump in here. I know the two of you I must stand in between or else. Now,
Let,
Bwana Derek, just hold on.
let,
Bwana
let
Derek,
him ask
you said
question.
ngoja kwanza Mkora na Derek tunamalizana na nyinyi ndio tulete Jakendube ameingia. Derek, umesema kwamba the reason why we buy new BVR kits before an election is because we charge our phones. Uh, you know, you said you are an IT expert. Uh, do you buy a new phone every time yours run out of battery? just
All right,
me, I'm
all
not
right.
an IT expert.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. You know,
Yes, yes,
I was giving a good example what
yes.
he is having. You know, maybe that those doesn't know how the kids looks like. So I was giving a good example, a typical example of what is having at hand, or what we are having at hand. You know, for effective result, Mr. Bernard, we need to keep on investigating one whether they are in good position or in good condition. We have to access them, and for a matter of accountability, Mr. Bernard, these are systems.
Ah,
For a
we wacha
matter of
kutubebofala.
accountability,
What is so
for a
and
matter of
whatever.
for a matter
A
of,
device is a device.
Mr. Mkenya, you need to have time
Okay,
taking techniques.
order, both of you.
You don't interrupt when one
Ngoja
is
kwanza.
talking.
Derek, hold on. Derek, hold on. We should not create noise. There are people following and they need to make sense of what we are saying. So, and also let's not stretch one matter too far because we need to be as concise as possible so that the people who are watching can understand what we are talking about, not to demonstrate to them how much, we can get complicated without them. We should not lose them. That is my intervention. So,
So, Mr. Bennett, why do you think Mkenya, why do you think Mkenya cannot give someone time to complete his
Derek
submission?
order, Derek order. It was Mukora's turn. Okay, he only asked you a question. You get that? So you don't respond to a question using more time than the person who was having the floor. It will be problematic. So if you want to answer the question, you just intervene briefly and let the person continue with his line of thoughts because those questions were leading somewhere.
Thank you.
That's my intervention. So just hold your horses. After him, you will be given time to respond to what he has said, and then we move to Mzee Jakindube. Mkenya Mkora,
Thank you.
naomba tafadhali pia don't go personal. Let's just prosecute the case.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Bernard. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's let me do it real quick so that nikae chini because I know bado nitagongwa tena, but we've been here for a long time. We know how to do this thing. The thing is that what I'm going to be very stuck on this one is that
Endelea, nimesimama alikuwa anapiga hodi.
ni msimamo anagonga hodi. Anyway, so basically what we're trying to tell you, my friend, the thing is that you have to be, if you're going to bring it in a very economically sabotage kind of way of doing this thing and talking about it, we have to talk about the nitty gritties. And the nitty gritties is something that we've been here talking about these things for a long time. Unfortunately or fortunately, according to where you stand, because wewe ninaona wewe ni mtu wa broad-based government, is that this year, moving into 2027, which we don't know if because the constitution says 2026, but anyway, call it 2027. We're gonna be calling for Greece and Camagos to come with new kits to make our elections. We're also going to be printing election papers from Greece, Italy, or whatever you guys choose. I know that Chebukati is not here now, But it seems like in Kenya, in Africa or Kenya, we cannot even print anything for ourselves, even something small like printing papers. And I don't know what happened to the last Kim's kits that were there. And we're gonna have a whole budget of 5 point something billion is gonna be coming in to do some good elections or whatever, which is elections that are not gonna be decided anywhere but decided in boardrooms. Basically, what we're saying is that, and the reason we have these channels that we have to talk about these things is that people like, I'm not sitaji mtu, Bena, just give me 1 minute. Sitaji mtu, but you will find some people who 2 days ago were talking about something very different, and then the next day, just because somebody spoke about something else, they go into that without using the analogy or the ideology of whatever is happening. Why are people walking out of ODM? People are walking out of ODM because the ones that are walking, we are walking away because we're thinking, okay, this is not an analogy of what we want to do in life and what we want for our country. And it's the reason that you're finding somebody saying it doesn't matter how you do whatever, it just makes sure that you get there. And let's talk about Waluya, let's talk about Wakisi, let's talk about whatever. And then you forget the whole country also has other people who are watching. I'll put Kambas in there, I'll put Masais in there. But it's like it's a mathematical thing that as long as you feel like ukopoa either side, but you're not following what
So
the
Mkora, I
country
think
is telling you.
Mkora, I think you made your point, and
Sure.
I share your sentiments on the matter, especially when we choose to change sides at the expense of upholding uh, principles that are life, I could call them life threatening. It's like you 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 are in a place, maybe watching over the fence, and then you see your neighbor's house girl poisoning the tank where the water that is used in the house is that everybody in the house uses that water. Uh, you can choose to mind your own business and keep quiet and wait for that families to begin to drop dead one after the other for consuming poisonous water, or raise the alarm and say, I know we are neighbors and maybe we are not tribesmen or we are not village men, but I saw something that may put your life in danger. So raising the alarm will save that family. And that's what we are saying here. I have never been opposed to William Ruto presidency or anybody's presidency. What I'm very much opposed to is people cheating their way to presidency or cheating their way to public office. That's what I don't understand. Derek, sijui wewe ni supporter wa timu gani? Mimi ni FC Leopards. Na watu wa Ingwe, we don't invest in weakening Gor Mahia so that we win. We sharpen our skills so that next time we go to the pitch, we're going to play better and win. But we don't invest in buying and buying the coach and buying the patron of Gor Mahia and influencing the players by bribing them so that they don't turn up on the day of the tournament so that we win. Will that be genuine? And even if we win, will that win be proper? Derek, kama upo unipe jibu alafu tusonge.
Okay, thank you, Bernard. You've mentioned me and you've asked me whether I'm a supporter of which team.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of music, not football. How I wish you could have asked me which music do I like most. I could have answered that. Uh, Mr. Bernard, you've asked a question, but let me beg for your pardon so that I can get clear.
Oh, I'm saying on the aspect of your support that William Ruto is looking for influential people and scheming, strategizing so that he wins the elections. My question is, uh, should we use that as a template for winning elections when it's in contravention of the law of the land, in the sense that we are supposed to compete as competitors and the best man to win, not for us to sabotage the person we are going to campaign, whatever, to contest against. So other than investing in going, like for example, what's going on in ODM, as ODM is wrangling on who will be the leader and who should not be the leader, UDA has an underground wing that is invaded Western and invaded part of Coast, and they're converting them from ODM to UDA. So he's appearing like he's a friend of ODM, but destroying ODM from the other side. And you're telling us that that is okay, is a strategy that one uses so that he wins. Is that the kind of society you want to be part of?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bernard, and a fellow panelist, for those who are maybe listening to me from abroad. Mr. Bernard, it is the culture of each and everyone, even to us here who are maybe at the panel, each and every person will wish to win, even in a discussion like this. Derek would want to win in a discussion. Mkenya would want to win in a discussion. Mr. Bernard will want to win in a discussion. It is the similar case that each and every politician will want to win, and any other person can use anything, including some lies, to win. And you know the Bible
Use
condemns
everything,
that
including
you should
lies.
not.
I don't. What I'm saying is, if
Just
winning
listen to
becomes
me, Mr. Bernard. I
yes,
complete. I want to
Bernard,
complete.
order,
are you
order.
really taking this?
Mkora ngoja kwanza. Mkora, hold on.
Yeah.
Mute your mic.
Let me,
Eric, please
let me
land
just.
faster. Land faster. Kuna two people on the queue.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Any other person would want to win, including using some lies to win. Because at the end of it all, the persons
Bernard,
are.
kata hiyo kitu bwana. Huyu jamaa hizi tuambia tunaweza danganya ndo
Mkora,
tu win.
tafadhali mute your mic. Mkora, mute your mic. Unaharibu mambo. Bwana Derek. So if I get you clearly, it is okay to win by all means and any means. To you, I'm talking about your philosophy.
All right, Mr. Bernard. You know, I'm very patient and disciplined when Kenya is talking, but please protect me from him. Then I complete very fast, please.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. Please, you said you can use it is okay to, you want to win, and so where lying is important to help you win, it is applicable.
All right, so now yes, Bernard, this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
The key point here is, Bernard, I want to win, and you also want to win. I will use all the means to win. And that is why I was saying someone will even cheat or lie to win a case or in an election. Now, what is very important here, Bernard, is that the law remains a law. The problem is interpretation. Each and everyone is correct, but how you interpret someone's case is what's going to be different. One thing that I really know, Mr. Bernard, is that Derek, as a politician, would want to win. The strategy that I'm going to use is totally parallel with my competitor. If I know my competitor is using right, I will use left for me to win on the left direction. So, UDA, the running government or the sitting government, having the opposition like the ODM, which is now has become the part of the government, the UDA will use all the strategies, anything to ensure that they win election. One of it is what we learned in history, the divide and rule strategy. You first of all take the person, the strongest person in that party, you give a job, then you weaken that person so that you win election. And that is what is clearly happening currently in Kenya. So what is important, Mr. Bernard, let me be very brief. Let's have this understanding on this issue. We are all struggling to win. And if we realize that now the ODM is now becoming weak, of which it is already becoming weak, let's only have some strategies how we can strengthen the party. Not just talking, but how we can find the strategies to strengthen the party. Thank you.
Okay, so Derek. Mkora, I'll give you 15 seconds strictly. Okay, inaonekana Mkora hayupo. Bwana Derek, I get your point.
Wait, Niko. Yeah. Toke niende wapi? Unajua me, I'm not being rigged out.
Okay, well,
I
15
cannot be rigged
seconds,
out of this.
15 seconds. Tulete msimamo.
Okay. Derek, I have Nasiko Baya, I respect you, Asante Sana, but I have never had such a blasphemous kind of an analogy in my political analysis since nikue kwa hii kitu yote. Yani, for you, basically what you just told us in a nutshell is that we do not need any elections. We do not need anything. We do not need any kind of opinions. It's just that anything that we can do to get that power, we need to get it. And you know what? I am going to Ruto's WhatsApp group niangalie kama uko area huko hivyo, because that is exactly what Ruto does, and most of the politicians that we have in our day to day, there's no substance in it. Like kwa hivyo, why do I even go vote? Niko na kura ya kufanya nini? Kama tu mtafanya vitu zenyu mkuja alafu mtuambie huyu ndo ameshinda. No wonder Chebukati hata akuka. You know what, Bernard, I have nothing to say. I'm throwing my time off. Nasikiza, Nico. I am so disappointed with this guy.
Asante. Kwa hilo. Derek, I'm still not convinced on why we should weaken other political parties in order to win when we are constitutionally a multi-party democracy. So, because nimeambiwa na nani anaitwa Jogina ananiambia kwa mambo kama haya weka Bible kando. So hapo sasa ndio nashindwa vile nitafanya, kwa sababu kama kuna mambo ambayo naweka Bible kando alafu mengine nilete Bible karibu, inanionyesha kwamba mimi sina msimamo ambao ni wa kueleweka. But my question is, we are a multi-party democracy as a constitution. Shouldn't we be empowering and building up political parties so that we live up to the constitution? And when we are weakening other political parties or cutting other leaders, we are contravening the same constitution. Because how do we become a multi-party democracy and we are killing the political parties. At the end of the day, we are going to have to review the constitution or change the constitution to define us afresh, simply because we are no longer looking like what the constitution calls us as a country. And why should we invest into killing what the constitution has made available, only for us to turn around and say we want a referendum to now change Kenya from a multi-party democracy to a single-party state? I don't know if I'm making sense. But
All right.
in my opinion, I don't think justifying the destroying of other political parties or maneuvering by all means in order to win an election. I think winning an election has something to do with the quality of leadership one is offering, and the people should be allowed to pick among several competitors who suits their desire, not for us to impose our own maneuvered machinery to secure for them a leader they did not choose.
All right, sir. Thank you, Mr. I think, can I proceed?
Please, briefly, we need Msimamo to come in now.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Bernard, let me bring that point that you mentioned earlier, that you are a fan of football and you love football so much. In a game, you will realize that a top scorer may have used maybe different methods to score. One may use head, may use leg to score. But at the end of it all, he becomes the top scorer. They will not mention that he used this
It's
and that
not
and that.
all methods. They must be lawful for the score to be valid. So there are different methods, but only the acceptable lawful methods are the ones that are admissible on the field. You cannot come and begin to score using your hand because your father sent you this morning and say you will go using your hand. That it violates the football regulation.
So
Hence
exactly.
comes the constitution, bro. Hence comes the constitution, and hence comes what the constitution is, a covenant of how we're going to live together. Listen, you cannot just manipulate something just because so that you get there. It has to be an agreed thing.
Thank you, Mkora. The point is made. So, Derek, I want you to substantiate that quickly to let him simamo Masai imeanza katika.
All right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. You know, what I was saying, the constitution also, it has got parts. You know, what I love is that we have all these reference points. Now, what I was saying is just a clear example that even the example you gave out, you used to like football, or maybe you like it right now, you can use the three methods to score. One is illegal. Using hand is illegal. But other methods like using your feet, your chest, your head, all are legal and allowed. Now, the similar thing is election. One of it, rigging, is an offense. But you can use all other methods remaining, which you can also mention, you can count them. There are so many. One, you talk to your opponents to live for you. Second, you can be of influence. Just talk to your people, give them what they like, give them good promises, and they elect you, and you will be able to do them.
My brother, do you understand this is public service?
No, please.
Not something.
Mkora pana. We are prolonging and Msimamo is on the queue. Derek, conclude, please. We are becoming unfair for Msimamo.
In conclusion, Mr. Bernard, what I can say is that the valley shall go to those who has the plan for it. If you have got the better plan for it, you will be able to get the valley. But if you don't have plan for it, you will look and lament from a distance.
So it is no longer let the best man win. It is let the best plan win.
Let the best plan win, not the best person by good luck.
So we
No,
should
the best
go away
plan.
with the best people, the competent people, the kinasifuna, the learned people, the fresh brains. Those ones can go to hell as long as somebody has a plan.
No one
That
was good
what
at
you're preaching.
Bernard, we are going to Singapore.
No.
We are going to Singapore
no
from.
one was
Oh,
good at
Singapore
running.
is a plan. Now let's do this. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen,
No one,
please. Order,
no
order.
one
Najua
was,
nimeshika nerve. Ngojeni
no,
kwanza. Subiri hapo hapo. Mute your mic everybody. Namleta msimamo. Msimamo. You said People's Liberation Party.
Yeah, People Liberation Party.
Come and liberate us here. Derek wants to bind us.
Unajua ndugu yangu Derek yuko kwa we are in broad based government. Baba left us hapo, na ndio maana haondoki hapo, kwa sababu the way anajaribu kueleza na kueleza mambo yake hapa yanamkanganya yeye mwenyewe. Vile vile tu sawasawa na hawa wanaouza haswa ajenda ya broad based government kwamba ni ya inclusivity na ni yenye ambayo ilitengenezwa ya Wakenya wote, na ukitazama kazi iliyofanywa hapo wanayoinadi, basi wakieleza ni nyumba za affordable house na hayo mengine, hakuna zaidi ya hapo. So aache ushabiki wa broad based government, aje haswa kwenye reality. Umemuuliza swali zuri awali, jamani, ukitaka kupika ugali unaanza kuchemsha maji ama unga? Hilo tu ndio nilikuwa nataka lijibu vizuri. Kama ni unga, tuambie tunachemsha unga kivipi, na kama ni kuchemsha maji, atuambie tunachemsha maji kivipi, ama aseme ndio tunaanza kuchemsha maji, ama aseme ndio tunaanza kuchemsha unga, kwa sababu kule aliko anatuchemshia unga, badala ya kuchemsha maji ndio tutie unga. Anyway, yote tisa la kungu nitasema hivi mimi, kwa sababu huenda nikatimuliwa, lakini niwe nimezungumza langu, maana niache ndugu yangu hapa mkora na Derek wakichuana hapa, mimi nami nikisikiza.
oh,
Hapo kuna
Mr.
vitu vile
Bernard,
ambavyo naviona,
Mr. Bernard,
kuna
that's
vitu
on his
vile ambavyo
point.
Order, please. He has not said anything. Wait for him to finish, please. He's leaving.
kuna vitu viwili ambavyo hapa naviona. Shida yetu kama Wakenya si power. Shida yetu ni poor governance. So hawa ambao ni wa broad based government ndio wale ambao wanasema tuko karibu na uongozi, kwa hivyo wetu watakuwa na maendeleo. We have been given these positions, we have been given this and this, government ni yetu. But ukitazama hao wenye wanazungumza hivyo ni wachache, hao ambao wanafaidi, either wameahidiwa ama wako kwa mishahara. So wakirudi kwa wananchi ndio wanatuambia kwamba serikali ni yetu, kwa sababu si unaona imempa tuko na waziri wetu hapa Kenya mkora, tuko na waziri wetu wa maji hapa Derek. Kwa hivyo serikali ni yetu, maana tukiwa karibu na serikali ndio tutafaidi, tutakuwa na maendeleo. Power. Ndio maana unakuta hapa ni piga ua, lazima Derek anasema tumia mbinu zote ili mradi ubaki kwa power ama upate power. Lakini swali ambalo mimi najiuliza sasa na Mkenya mkora na mwingine, katiba yetu imewekwa wapi? Maana kwa hizi plan nyingi ambazo anazizungumza hapa zinakinzana na katiba yetu, na katiba ndio mwongozo wa hili taifa. Imewekwa fungu gani? Labda nimwachie hapo ndugu yangu Derek, na nimwambie njoo kwa PLP, kwa sababu hapa ndo tutanyosha haswa masuala haya ya katiba na sheria ili tupate kuwafunga hawa wakora. Asante.
Labda kujibu kama anakubali hiyo katiba, kwa sababu inaonekana katiba imekuwa kizungumkuti. ya ushindi wao. Karibu Derek, quickly please.
Okay. Thank you so much to my friend who was speaking. And in my place, we have what is called hot spring. You know, hot spring, it is that water that comes out already boiled. So what we normally do, you only go with an egg, you dip it there, then it boils. So you are telling me that no, you must begin by boiling water is when you prepare food. It depends on which type of food you are preparing. So in my place, if I take the hot spring water, then you begin boiling it, you will be wasting time. Just go with the material, boil it, and then you'll be able to feed. That is a shortcut, and you will be able to
Derek,
proceed well.
now I agree. Now I agree. You are a politician and a lawyer, and those two combination are very dangerous when it comes to due process, because everything depends on the interpretation, and every interpretation depends on who is interpreting and for what interest.
Wewe
We talked
Bernard,
about making ugali. Don't bring in other things. Making ugali. Do we begin by boiling unga, then water, or water, then unga? That is what you need to respond to.
Na
wewe
hata
Bernard,
hiyo maji moto
huyu jamaa
anazungumza,
ngoja msimamo
Mr. Bernard,
msimamo.
it
Ngojeni,
depends.
ngoja mkora, ngoja kwanza. Ni
You
msimamo
know, Mr. Bernard,
yes.
Na
it
huyu jamaa
depends.
ameishi
Ngoja
hajaishi huko nini
mkora.
Kisumu,
Ai,
anaishi
mkora
Lake.
wewe. Tafadhali, sitaki kwanza kumute. Let's remember the audience have to be protected. Msichanganye watu.
You know, Mr. Bernard, it
Yes.
depends on the source of water. Where have you taken water from? If you've taken it from maybe where it is cold, you need to boil it first. But if you take it from hot spring, you don't boil it again. It depends on the source.
What
Now,
comes first? Is it unga in the sufuria or water in the sufuria?
Ajui anaishi Lake Bogoria.
Okay, shikilia hapo. Kuna huyu Georgina anasema you can bake ugali, you can roast ugali, you can that will not be ugali, and that is why before I said about ugali niliwaambia mimi natoka Kakamega County. Now ugali is our staple food. So in fact, it was a factor of consideration. Before a lady is accepted for marriage, she need to prove that she knows how to make ugali. So ugali is not what you people put together kavagara and put in the oven, then collect. That's not ugali. Ugali is every grain that has entered on the sufuria must be cooked individually, yet they should leave that sufuria together.
na naongezea hapo Bernard kwamba
Bernard,
hata
wacha
huko
niseme ka
kwetu
kitu.
hata kwetu pia kuko na aswa Kwale, kuna maji moto, sehemu inaitwa maji moto, hizo springs zipo, lakini cha kushangaza lazima ufuate hizo springs. Kama ni maji moto haswa, ndo unapeleka hasa muhogo hapo unauchemsha, kwa sababu already kwamba maji yako moto. Lakini hapa si unga uko moto unaweka maji, wala sicho kipande cha muhogo ndicho kiko moto sasa ndo unaweka maji. Ndo Eric anatupeleka huko kwamba una anyway, mimi wacha niachie hapo yeye na Kenya mkora, lakini kwa
Bernard,
kweli kwa kutueleza
kamoja
hapa mimi sijamuelewa kabisa mazima.
Sawa. The conversation will continue.
kamoja
Mkora
10
unasemaje?
seconds.
Yes.
10 seconds nasema, unajua Lake Victoria iko na high seal, hiyo ni sukuma. Alafu Lake Bogoria ni moto, hiyo ni ya unga. Hiyo lazima sasa, hiyo ni ya ugali. Huyu jamaa ako katikati, hajui kama ako Lake Bogoria ama ako Lake Victoria, higher seal sukuma ama kwa maji moto pale Bogoria. Wacha nimalize hapo, nitagoja my closing remarks. I think nasimama na msimamo kwa hiyo.
Naomba tuanze kutamatisha, lakini kwa kifupi tu Before Derek you respond, Georgina hapa ananijazi na anasema kwa ugali mpaka tuongeze cabbage na waru or to ugali. I mean, that's what I'm telling you, that what is prepared, the other side where everything is mixed is not ugali. It just carries the name ugali, but it's not ugali originally in terms of how we prepare our own ugali. But we should not turn this one into a cookery class. We just used that as an example. Derek, umeulizwa kuhusu katiba na hii katiba haina mwelekeo ama mwenendo ambao kila mmoja wanaogombea viti tofauti wanapaswa kufuata. Kila mtu ajipange vile ametoka kwake na apige kampeni yake vile anavyotaka, apate kiti kwa njia yoyote ile.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bernard, and everyone for listening. And I love this conversation. Now, Mr. Bernard, the Constitution outlines everything. It guides us and it shows us direction on what's supposed to be done. And then the problem comes when now we begin to interpret to satisfy our own interest. You know, in my language, they say I will be able to translate that pasjandiko opogorege pasjasomo, meaning that the writer has got something. The message that the writer wants to convey is totally different from what the reader will be able to convey after the reading. So what is important here, Mr. Bernard, is that if we can actually follow what the Constitution is saying or what is written, then we can be we will be able to live in a better country in the world. But because we are people of different interest, this is where now we begin to divide. And because now I have got different opinion, Ben has got different opinion, now we begin not to agree. But what is important here, Bernard, we will be able to agree with me, and even if not today, but I know tomorrow you will be able to agree with me, that it is more about the plan. What can you do? The plan that you have for the people. If you don't have the plan, the reality remains the same. However good you are, if you don't have the strategies, if you don't have the plan, you cannot succeed in politics. Permit me to say this.
Bwana Derek, who gives this plan?
The plans comes from you as individual who is vying for the position. Raila was loved until death.
You dismiss that I have a plan.
You know, sorry, someone mute that we can have it clear. Now, Mr. Bernard, you know, if you don't have the plan, even if people loves you, but you don't have the plan how you can take the position, someone else will come and pick it from you, as you will be able to see, because you don't have the plan. It means we may love you and vote for you, but if you don't have the plan how to take the position, you will be able to see as it goes.
So that's where you're confusing. Mute your mic first, please. I'm saying that's where you're confusing me, because we seem to be replacing the Constitution with the political slogans and maybe political narratives and rhetorics. Because from what I know is that If I'm competing for a particular seat, I need to compete, one, according to the law. Two, I should be able to be supported by the majority of the people. And if the majority of the people decide it is Bernard, that majority is supposed to mean something, meaning that the majority concludes that the person we want is this, and the other one did not make the numbers that were necessary to make him president or make him governor or make him senator. So if you tell us that after you get the majority, you still need to have a plan on how to take that particular seat, then you are beginning to add something to our constitution that we don't have.
The plan, now let me now come clear. The plan is how you get that majority. This is now what I'm saying about the plan. Yes, it is true that the majority win, but the plan of getting that majority is what matters. Are you there that now you are loved, you will get majority? No. What are the strategies? One strategy is that now I'm vying for this position. Let me go and talk to the youths. Let me go and talk to the needy people. Let me go and give some cash to these people. Let me do this and
Is
this
that
and
what
this
the
and
Constitution says?
this. What does it say? Now you've just talked. Tell me what it says.
How many chapters of
How
the
many
Constitution
chapters of
have
the
you read?
Constitution have you read? The problem with you ask questions
Okay,
which does not come in.
order, both of you. Mute your mics.
Mute your mics.
Let's do this. I think we will get worked up over nothing. Bwana Derek, appreciate your input and your line of thought. But I still have got a lot of reservations on the same, in the sense that I cannot defend your line of thinking constitutionally. Not that the presidential candidates don't do their due process. I just want us to come to an agreement that we need a country that is just, a country that even the least among us, if it's voted for by the majority of the people, should not be denied that opportunity to serve simply because he doesn't come from the known family, or he doesn't look like he has the majority or can get the majority. And just like you did your KCPE or KCSE, and the NEC that conducted that examination went with your paper. You did not follow the paper. You did not even supervise how the paper was being marked. And like in the past, those papers will go for 3 months, that long, and then the results will come out. And the results, when they come out, they say you are you got an A, you got an E, you got a D, and all that. That determination, that score is determined by your performance in the exam, but the examination council had the responsibility of protecting those results so that the results will go to the rightful person. So that my result, Bernard's result, will not go to Mkenya, and Mkenya's result go to Bernard. That is the responsibility of who? Of NEC. In this sense, when it comes to conducting an election, IEBC has a responsibility of ensuring that my votes don't go to Mkenya and Mkenya's votes don't come to me. It is their responsibility. It's not me, the competitor, that I should hire agents. I should have somebody representing me in the IEBC. I should be able to watch what they do with my votes in the IEBC, so that I'm sure whether I win or not. Are we not taking on whatever extra responsibility that is not even constitutionally supported? Bwana Derek, if I'm not an official of IBC, then I got to supervise how IBC is doing. Is that not a violation?
Ask that question again. Maybe people did not get it. Ask it again.
Bwana Derek, I'm asking, if I'm not an official of IBC, then as an outsider, then I get into IBC to make sure that IBC does something. Wouldn't that be a violation of the constitution?
The Constitution. Yes, it is a violation. You are not authorized to do that. Unless you are permitted to do so, then you can. If not, unless you are a consultant. No, there are some cases where a consultant is invited to come and
What do you mean
assist.
permitted? What do you mean permitted? You can't be permitted to commit a crime.
Nataka tumalize vizuri. Let Derek finish his response, then we give our view.
You know, permission in another layman language is to give someone authority to do something, is what I'm talking about, to be permitted. Now, there are some cases where a consultant can be called or invited to come and intervene when there is something that is beyond the person who is in charge. Now come and help me do this, because this is something that is unique. I have never seen this. So a consultant is being invited.
No, Bernadette,
But
we're not
if
talking
you
about
are not,
consultants. We're talking about you asking me to protect my vote. And I'm a competitor. I'm not an IBC official. I am not an IBC worker. How do I go to protect my votes? Won't that be a violation of the Constitution?
okay. Thank you so much. You know, protecting your votes. From the term you are, is a personal pronoun, meaning it belongs to you. And the Constitution allows you to protect your belongings. So if they are your votes, why should you wait for someone to protect for you? It means you are neglecting your duty to protect.
I gave you an illustration when you did your KCP or KCSE. Did you follow your paper to neck headquarters to protect it from being marked wrongly?
Do we still have Panado? Panado bado zinauzangwa? I have a headache. Eh? Naumwa na kichwa.
Now let's do this. Let's do
Nitumie
this.
na M-Pesa.
Derek, I appreciate your input, but I really want us to be as objective as possible. Let's not deliberately go out of the way to confuse the people or deviate from what we are discussing, because there are some excesses that we accept as a normal, and then we make them cultural, and in the process they are an open violation of the Constitution, yet they are being done and nobody will see anything wrong with it because everybody's doing it. I come from church world, and in the Bible, you don't justify anything simply because everybody's doing it, because everybody is not the law, and the law doesn't justify something simply because everybody's doing it. If it's against what is laid down rules and regulations, and then it's a violation, let it be left that way, other than us looking for an excuse to justify it. To the best of my knowledge and my understanding of how IBC should conduct the election is as soon as I'm authorized to vie and I've made all whatever the requirements to be a candidate, and then I participate in the election, I go to vote, and I get the people supporting me to vote. That is how far I can go with IBC. From there going forward, IBC is responsible for every vote cast in my favor. If it disappears, IBC should answer for it. Not me going to supervise IBC to supervise my elections. Derek, you're getting my point, please.
Yes, I'm getting you clearly. And actually, you are right. It is the work of the IEBC officials to conduct, to ensure that the votes casted that belongs to you are safeguarded. And then I was also bringing a concern. I wanted to bring a concern, a concept that you are also trying to bring in, as an example that it is also a responsibility to be vigilant and to ensure that what belongs to us uh, are protected, and is also we are at watch. Now, let me say this, Mr. Bernard. You know, we have missed, and we must accept that there is a gap that needs to be filled. There is a gap because if we don't fill this gap, we will keep on lamenting each and every day. We don't trust the people that are given opportunity to do certain activities, and that is why they also feel like now if they don't trust us with this work, let them just come and also see by themselves how things are being done. If we can only trust these our leaders, the officials who are there, then we could be living in a better country. But because we don't have trust, and that is why we can't even trust our president who is working. We can't even trust our senator. We can't even trust our MCA. Such that the person, if they are given and they are doing a project, we say that they are stealing from the government. If we can only trust our leaders, then we could be living in a better country so far. So because we had already messed, we really just need to suffer the consequences.
Derek, you're making my day.
Bernard, I want to give my closing remarks.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Buena Mukora, don't even ask a question. I just want
I
us to
won't.
begin to wrap up. Huh? But Buena
Yeah.
Derek, you are a very interesting guy in terms of digging everything in your corner. But I don't think trust deficit is a problem in terms of when somebody needs to do what they are supposed to do. Uh, I don't even need to convince you to trust me. The moment I begin to ask you to trust me, I'm raising a red flag for somebody to begin to suspect me in the first place. So, from the fact that they're saying we don't trust IBC, we suspect them because they look suspicious. Like the current chair, he goes to parliament and says he did not apply for the job. So, how did he make it to the list, shortlisted to go and be vetted if he did not apply for the job? And you tell us we should not suspect that? Come on. He should tell us who called him, who shortlisted him, and made him go for vetting without him applying.
Mr. Bernard, let me bring the concept that you said you are a man of God, and I love this. You know, you remember the story of Jeremiah when God is telling him that I chose you while you are still in your mother's womb. You know, there are things which are happening, and we don't just want to agree. Even this person, maybe it is the Holy Spirit. The person was chosen by the Holy Spirit.
Bernard, I need my closing remark. Mimi akili imepotea. I'm tired. Hebu nataka my closing remarks.
Please, Derek, just hold on. Mukora tafadhali, take the floor. I surrender. I give up.
I keep up. I'm not giving up. I keep up. I keep up. Derek, we need a whole session. Wow. Saitan. Anyway, don't get it in the wrong way. Watu wenye wananijua hapa hivi wanajua. When I say that, I'm not too simple. Bernard, trust is on the people. Trust inakuwaga kwa mtu, si kwa chama. Na trust watu ndio wanaenda kuchaguana, and they trust whoever they want to trust. And that's the thing that we haven't learned as an African continent since geopolitical acquisition of what we had to kind of tulidanganyana ati kuna watu walipata independence. There was nothing called independence. I always say this: we came from white colonialism to black colonialism. But the thing, what is good? There's a silver lining on this. Ghana, Namibia, Burkina Faso, they've all come back to say that they're not going to use the franc. and they're now going to use the IMF. They're now going to use the World Bank. And one thing, a good person in geopolitical person that has become the unwanted good thing that happened was Trump. He went ahead and turned those three countries off of that world funding. And they said, we don't care. One of them has a cobalt, the other one has a gold, and the other one has the other. They say, we don't care, that's fine. We're going to ban you too. We're not sending anything. Don't give us anything. We're going to be okay. Go ahead. Go to hell. I know Winnie Pastor.
Mind your
So,
language.
yes. Lakini hell is a place. Going to hell is not a bad thing.
Please
It's just like
land.
going to
There's a
heaven.
video I need to play to Funke.
Okay. Yeah. So they said, we don't care. It's fine. So now you find that the people who have been calling Africa third world, now they're starting to rethink and asking, okay, what about if everybody does that? What's going to happen to us? And the reason that Bernard, we've been here the whole of last year talking about this thing. What happens if Africa just shuts down and we don't listen to these people and African puppets like Haiti walikuwa naita Ruto puppet. So if we don't get these puppets and we get people who actually stand for the constitutional route that we want to go, then what's going to happen? It's going to happen that finally we're going to move out of this third world thing that we've been talking about. And this is going to take even the fact that even these Gen Zs that are really fighting everything online, the injustices and everything, the ones that went out there, we're going to start seeing people actually exposing things that even the African countries, because the African uh, the African so-called leaders, some of them do not deserve to be leaders according to our guy here, because some of them just do abracadabra and they are leaders. That's not what we want. We want the constitution to be followed as is. If this is what needs to be followed, let's follow it. That's the covenant of how we live. And it doesn't matter if you're a Kisi, if you're a what, we're going to follow the constitution. And we don't care if it's Oburu Odinga, we don't care if it's Winnie, we don't care if it's Sifuna, we don't care if it's Bernard, we don't care about, as long as the person is doing his constitutional job, and that is not a career that you need to be there, it's a public service. Bernard, I want to close it at that. If you open up to get, kesho kutwa, I'll be watching, nitakuwa, I'll be there. I'm glad to see you back active. I know ulikuwa umepotea, maybe ulikuwa umeenda nini, ulikuwa umeenda kupiga kura ya
Bado tuko
Oburu Odinga.
maombolezo na hiyo tochi tunahakikisha inafanya kazi. Shikilia hapo, nitakuwa hapa kila siku.
Kumbe tochi imeanza kuisha makaa, ndio maana umerudi ndio usiumwe.
No, mimi ndio nilikuwa nimeshikilia hiyo tochi ili nihakikishe kwamba inafika mahali ilikuwa inaenda. Let's watch this.
Our education system is facing a major crisis that needs your attention. Now, earlier this week, the Auditor General exposed the rot in our country's CDF system. CDF, in layman's terms, ni penye bursaries hutoka. The auditor confirmed that 4.1 billion in bursary funds under the CDF kitty cannot be traced. Akaendelea kwa kusema, over 125 constituencies have failed to produce their records and documents for audit review. The records produced have shown billions of taxpayers' money being used in what we call unauthorized spending. Hii inamaanisha nini? Students from across the country have now been subjected to struggle due to unsupported bursary disbursements. At this point, devolution is a scam because nothing, and I mean nothing, works in this country. Where will we strive to pay taxes only for you guys to loot that money, solely belonging to the younger generation? You know what's funny? In this same country, we have legislators who are working by example. One good example, acha tuangalie uko Kiharu. MP wao Dr. Didi Nyoro, kwani anokota pesa yake kwa mti. Earlier today, he announced that all grade 10 students in his constituency watalipa fees ya punch, yani 500 shillings per student. You know what's more surprising? The same funding Nyoro anapewa inapeanwa Northeastern and even more. But till date, Northeastern education yao bado iko struck with poverty. Mtu akiamua whistleblow, mnamuita tribalist because you'd rather not face the truth, which is people should invest back at their homes. Watu wa Northeastern mtateseka hadi lini due to greed and corruption? Hakuna venye utaniambia constituency kama Wajir ita receive 99.6 billion in CDF funding since 2013. Na hadi wa leo, shule ya maana Wajir hakuna hata ngo. Mind you, it takes approximately 3 to 5 million to fund a well-equipped school. Unaona tamaa ya kupewa handouts penye nawafikisha. Angalia sahi education system inaanguka. Fellow Kenyans, msipomakinika, watu wenyu watafunzwa na ulimwengu, which is the best and the harshest teacher. Repost this video so that it can get to as many Kenyans as possible.
Tumeambiwa ya kwamba kuna watoto wengi hawajaenda shuleni kwa sababu mzazi hana pesa ya kulipa school fees, mzazi hana pesa ya kulipa uniform. Mimi nataka nitangaze from Meru, na mimi nataka nimweleze every chief, kila mtoto apelekwe shuleni. Kama mtoto ako na uniform ya JSS, hiyo uniform ya JSS anaweza kwenda kutumia kwa secondary school, akingojea mzazi wako apate pesa ya kununua uniform ya secondary school. Mtoto wa Kenya asibaki nyumbani kwa sababu ya uniform. No child, and let me repeat for our education stakeholders, I am directing that no child should remain at home because they do not have school fees. Every child must go to school. Kwa sababu tumetuma pesa bilioni 44 kusomesha watoto wetu.
Now, I want us guys to go through another hospital. Na hii inaitwa Ayale Medicare. Now, Ayale Medicare pia iko Mandera. Now, ukija katika Ayale Medicare, unapata kuwa walipata approximately 8.05 million Kenya shillings. Nawekea screenshot pale juu, I forgot to print that, yeah. Now, ukija katika records za MOH, kutafuta Ayale Nursing Home, inaonyesha kuwa iko registered 24 beds, blah blah blah, iliregistered 2022. But according kutafuta hiyo hosteli penye iko kwa ground, the records ni latitude 3.9, longitude 41, but ukienda kwa ground ukitafuta hiyo hospitali you don't find anything, yeah. In fact inasemekana iko hapa karibu na Red Cross, yeah, but we've tried getting people to send a picture of this hostel hapo kwa Red Cross penye iko haiko. But pia, yeah, and this is very important, even if this hostel existed, yeah, hata kama ingekuwa exist, this is a nursing home, how comes wanapata 8 million? Like which kinds of things? Hawana any specific complex. Wako na maternity beds mbili peke yake. How comes they are getting 8 million from SHA katika June, while Mandera County Hospital, where it has more patients, ina provide more services, inapata 800k? That is a red flag tayari, yeah. Now I'm going to show you another hospital which is also very important, yeah. Hapa tuko na hospitali ambayo inaitwa, yeah, I'm going to show you another hospital, yeah. Now, nataka tukuje hapa katika hizi. Now, I'm going to show you another hospital. Hii hospitali inaitwa Alasland Hospital. Now, according to records Ministry of Health, Alasland Hospital iko Lokichar Town, Akide Plaza. Now, we located the Akide Plaza. In fact, we even sent someone over there. Hii ilikuwa imepostiwa na Shola some few months ago. Na huyo mtu alienda pale akapata kuwa hii hapa ni klabu ndio iko hapa, hakuna Alasland Hospital haiko hapa. Yeah. Now, tulienda katika kutafuta records za hiyo Alasland Hospital. Alasland Hospital, hii ni CR12 ya hiyo hospitali. Iliregistiwa 13th February 2025. Yeah. Now, the owner of hiyo hospitali anaitwa Sirad Ali Hassan. Ni jamaa Msomali, anaishi Isli. Yeah. Now, according to the information ambayo iko, hiyo hospitali haiko hapa. But kumbuka kuwa hiyo hospitali ilipata 4.1 million Kenya shillings from SHA, yeah. Acha nionyeshe vizuri ndio mweze kuona, yeah. 4.1 million Kenya shillings from SHA. Yeah? Na hiyo pesa ilipata hivyo, and this is where it gets very interesting. Baada hiyo swali kwa exposed na kina Shola and others, the government ili suspend hii hospitali. But the thing is, baada ya kususpend, huyo Sirad Hassan mwenye mmeona pale katika hiyo CR12, this Sirad Ali Hassan, hakushikwa. Alisuspendiwa, pesa yenye wali collect from SHA haikuweza kurejeshwa katika SHA. Now, I want us guys to go through another hospital, na hii inaitwa Ayale Medicare.
Okay, Bwana Derek, in conclusion, you're still talking about we don't trust. Do we have reason to trust?
All right. Thank you so much.
Why are you trying to kill me?
Mkora, tulia. Derek.
Mbona unataka kuniua mapema bwana? I'm still young.
No, goja Mkora tafadhali. Bwana Derek, in conclusion.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Bernard, and for all that evidence you have brought in. Let me just speak less so that we can give someone else also to speak, because I can see it seems like we are past time with that speed. Mr. Bernard, let me begin by the issue of Ndindi Nyoro. And let me also just say across any other member of parliament, any other politician, let us be very honest. Mr. Bernard, I can be member of parliament where I am, maybe of Suba South constituency, and you can be a member of parliament where you are. But apart from being member of parliament, we have different activities that we are doing. Maybe I am a member of parliament. At the same time, I am having a different business elsewhere. Maybe the source of business, it is known. The business is known, and I'm earning much from it.
The question here. Just mute your mic. The question here is not where does Ndindi Nyoro make money or does not make money. The question here is the Auditor General, after auditing, demanded files from 125 constituencies out of our 290 constituencies. There are no files, there are no records, and over R1 billion has disappeared from CDF. You get that? You get that? So if Ndindi Nyoro is doing with the CDF wonders in Kiharu, whether he's borrowing from neighbors or mobilizing the population to fund the education, that is immaterial. What we are looking at here is how do we have 290 constituency and 125 of them, after being given allocation of money for development, R1 billion of that money is disappeared and files can also not be traced.
Okay, so thank you so much. Now, my friend, now, that is a plain reality. Ndindi Nyoro explained this clearly, that when he was beginning the progress or the plan, their plan was he used the money, he empowered the people of Kiharu. The work they did together, they never hired someone elsewhere. They did the work collectively, and the money they used, they did wonders. And then, did you hear him saying most of the things that other MPs are doing is that they hire some people to do the work. They pay a large amount of money elsewhere, spending much money, doing things which are not going to benefit the school. Yet at the end of it, you realize that hundreds of thousands has been used elsewhere, not in the development of maybe of the school or the activity that's taking.
Bernard, special request. Can this guy tell us who his MP is?
You
Please,
know,
please, Mkora, just hold on. Let him finish. He was doing his point.
so what is important, Mr. Bernard? I see Mr. Mukora want to say what is important here is still that my point is the plan. Are we planning well? Yes, we understand some people are corrupt. It is true. It is true. It comes clear that there are some people who are corrupt, and these are our people. The people that we elected, they are the one who are not working for us best. They don't have the plan. It is about the plan.
Who is your
Who
MP?
is your MP?
Okay,
So
it is the plan.
it is the plan.
Mkora, Mkora, wewe
Mm.
usivute sana tafadhali. Ebu, what is your question?
Mi nataka kujua MP wa
Mbunge
huu
wangu
jamaa.
hapana, wachana na mbunge wangu.
We kwanza pia we nataka kujua wako, kumbe we ndio mbunge na mnakula huko na mnaenda kukulia huko hivyo, watu wakipewa chapati.
I am the sitting MP. I am the sitting MP. So you can proceed. Ask the question.
Okay, good job. So where's your money? Where's your CDF?
So, Mr. Bernard, these are the people you bring in the panel, and you see people are watching from abroad. These are the people you should be hiding. You know, such people you
No,
bring
no,
in the.
no, no, Bwana Derek. Bwana Derek, wewe ni mheshimiwa basi. Jibu swali, hela ya CDF inaenda wapi? Kwa sababu kwanza umesema point vizuri kwamba Kiharu member of parliament anasema kwamba yeye aliona kwamba hizi contract za kujenga shule za kusaidia wanafunzi kama zitakuwa open na zikuwe bidden, pesa nyingi zitaenda kwa mambo ambayo hayafai. So yeye akaona mwanzo kabla aanze investments develop team yake ambayo itakuwa na reasonable charges, and then having been trained by by the member of parliament, they will be able to do the development not at an exorbitant bidding like other constituency. And the corruption in other constituencies is simple. We want to do tiles for our classroom. I go get my cousin, okay, to come and bid for 1 square meter, 1 million, like that. And so we do one class, like I saw a video somewhere of one class that was built in the middle of nowhere, somewhere, I think was it in Narok or somewhere, and they spent 18 million to build one classroom according to CDF records. So the disappearance of the money is not that it disappears in thin air. It is in these fictitious and exorbitant contracts that are awarded to their cousins, to their girlfriends, to their friends, at the expense of concentrating on development that is geared towards benefiting the students, easing the burden on the parents, and of course ensuring that education is quality, because even teachers are well catered for. They have a good staff room, they have good resting place, and so they can concentrate in impacting knowledge into the kids. How do I be teaching under the tree and the staff room is another under tree, and I hold my books as I'm teaching? I can't put them down because it's raining. How do I, in that environment, dispense proper knowledge to the kids and make them pass exam and become better people in the society? Bwana Derek.
And to add on to what Bernard is saying, you've seen that guy. I mean, he's not lying. The documents are there. I actually followed up into that. Bernard, I wish you would have brought this early in the discussion, because I followed these documents and I saw they were real documents. Bernard, you know us, we follow these documents. Even when we started this whole thing, it's true. You can see him even talking about the longitude of where it is. And I can bet you if you go to the Google Maps, there's nothing there. And when you look at it, is there. So Bernard, what else can I say other than unajua kuna ile kitu inaitangwa Bernard, hiyo shirt umevaa kama ni ya white ni ya white, siwezi kuambia ni ya black na umevaa ya white. I mean, it is there. We're showing you the documents, and people nowadays are out there looking for these informations. You know what? I want to thank somebody called Morara. Morara ndo alianza kufanya hawa watu waanze kuangalia. Mtu anaenda kutolea nini the whole file of everything and where the money was gone and where it is gone. Then kidogo kidogo unakuja mnaanza kuwasumbua, mnasema ati now, oh, we have to put it like Derek's analogy that, oh, that is the end to the means, not the way you get there. But we are looking at these things. We've already seen these documents. We are looking at these things, and we are not stupid. Ruto is the smartest president ever. He told us, wajinga waliisha Kenya. And true to say, suffice to say, okay, next month kutakuwa na graduation, Moi University, Kenyatta University, Nairobi University, and everything. People are looking at these things. They know where to go get these things. That's what I'm telling watu kama kina Derek kwa kusema ati, oh, bora tu ujue venye ya kuingia huko hivyo, hata kama utaiba, hata kama utatumia chebukati. We are not playing those games because that money has to be there, and the money that people are being allocated to, we don't want to see any rich politician anymore. We want to see public servants. Bana, najua Derek atanigonga tu tena, lakini I'm still here mpaka ufunge.
So Bwana Derek, give your view as we close.
All right, thank you so much. This is my last remark, and I think after this I will not be able to speak again unless a question of concern, then I will be able to respond. First of all, Mr. Bernard, let me say thank you so much for opportunity to share with you guys, and also to meet you for the second time. Actually, for the first time this year, 2026. I never met you 2025. I'm very sorry. The last time was 2022. I remember so vividly. I'm happy to connect with you once again. And to any other person who is also watching, thank you for tuning in. And God bless you for listening to us. And thank you, Bernard, for organizing this wonderful platform. What is very important in this platform is that let us learn from each other, and let's also know what is trending. I have learned from you people, and I hope you have also learned a little from my end. I hope to join again tomorrow and any other day that you will be live. Please share with me the live link. I will be able to join. My last word, my good friends who are in the panel, what we really need to know, let us have the best plan, and the best plan will always win. If you don't have the plan, if you don't have the strategies how to take things, how to do things, then we'll be unable to win. So any other person who would want to win, have better plan. The plan, you are the one, you know the best plan that works for you. Not every plan can work for Derek. There's a plan that can work for Bernard, and a plan that works for Kenya, and a plan that works for Derek. So, or msimamo. Choose the best plan that can work for you, then you will be able to thrive. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. Nawapenda sana. See you next time.
Okay, thank you, Derek. Mkora, neno la mwisho, tunang'atuka tafadhali.
Patia msimamo kwanza.
Msimamo ashang'atuka, wewe.
Oh, ni sisi tumebaki. Okay. So acha basi nipeane yangu ya mwisho kabisa. No, Bernard, I am glad that the channel is back in as much as is the mahali tulikuwaga. But I like this discussion. Derek, I really appreciate you, the listeners and everybody. The thing is that, like Bernard always says, hii country yetu haina mwingine Siasa itafanyika leo, kesho utapata watu kama kina Derek. I respect you Derek, si kwa ubaya, wenye wanasema however you get into that power you need to get into that power, venye tu utafanya hata kama utaiba. But we have come of age of where people are learned and people are really fact checking. In this channel, since I've been here for almost 3 years now, we fact check. We don't just talk. We fact check everything. And most of the things that we've said here have come to pass. And people are now talking about them. Bernard, I believe this channel, from our history, I believe this channel has educated so many people. I was in Kenya the other day and somebody told me, hey, why do you speak like Mkenya Mkora? Where Mkenya Mkora ni wewe bwana.
Suspect.
We've brought a lot, and people don't understand that even Bunge la Mwananchi started here. And Bernard, what you've done is more than ile injili unafanyanga Sunday. You've educated so many people by just giving us this
Utafanya bishop
platform. Yes.
anifute. Utafanya bishop anifute, utaniajiri.
Sinajua mali napitia, sinajua kule huko. Anyway, I just want to thank you so much, Bernard, and thank you. It's good to see you back. I know ulikuwa umeenda vacation, ulikuwa State House, lakini I guess vacation State House imekataa. So now you're back to the Mwananchi. So welcome back. We appreciate you. Asante sana. Thank you. I'll be here
Asante, lakini
anytime that you need
State House
me.
sijaenda. Wewe ndio ulikuwa na suti yangu ya kuingia State House. Mimi nitaingia na jacket hizi zitafukuzwa. Na unajua huko
Suti
naambiwa kuna
niliuza,
makofi.
suti niliuza. Nilisikia siku hizi mnapitishiwa hiyo geti huko kando huko hivyo ya magendo.
Nikizabwa kofi mimi nitasurvive kweli?
Wajua Kalonzo alifinywa mkono akakuja kulalamika.
Mpaka Kindiki amejifunza.
Mambo ndio maana umerudi. Ulikuwa umetuacha, ulienda ukafinywa mkono huko na ukazabwa kofi huko na.
Let's end with this story. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be doing this again tomorrow, the same time, from 11 o'clock East African time. We'll be dissecting all these matters, making them plain and understandable. A lot is going on. We must all ensure that we stay on the right side of history. Let us not be sucked into supporting what is evil, even if it is benefiting us. Short-term benefits at the expense of our eternal value is not worth it. Keep it right here. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not liked the video, please do. And the poll question, I'll give another 2 or so minutes. If you have not voted, go to the YouTube channel and vote whether the appointment of Ida is a political move or is genuine merit being considered. Otherwise, I look forward to meeting you in the next one. God bless you. We are ending with this story about a journalist arrested for pursuing a bribery case about 10 million. Kenya na maovu yake hatuko tayari kuachana nayo.
Huu sio uongozi. Hii ni rushwa ya wazi na uongo unaendelea. Rais aliyesema hapo nyuma kwamba atapunguza gharama za safari. Hebu tumsikize kidogo.
I'm going to adjust my budget again. I will knock off a few things, including the travel allowances and many of the things that are in there, so that I can find 500 million shillings to give it to start the manufacture of local devices.
Sasa anateketeza mabilioni akiruka na ndege na kuandaa wageni kule Ikulu. Rais huyu pia aliapa hata kaa kimya wakati polisi wanapovunja haki. Sasa anawaambia polisi wapigeni wa Kenya risasi kwa miguu.
Mtu ambaye anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu mwingine, mtu ambaye anachukua moto anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu, anaenda kuchoma mali ya watu wengine. Mtu kama huyo apigwe risasi miguu, aende hospitali, akienda kotini.
Rais aliyeunda kamati ya fidia ili kufidia wale watu ambao walikuwa wameathirika kutokana na ukatili wa polisi. Hebu tuachane na hayo ya polisi. Kumbuka kuwa rais alipokuwa akiwa na mkutano na wale walimu, aliahidi walimu kwamba atawapa 20% ya nyumba za makazi nafuu, wenyewe wanasema affordable housing. Uongo mtupu. Kulingana na sheria, mgao huu au nafasi ya kupeana nyumba hizi ni kazi ya bodi ya nyumba hizi, si rais. Ahadi hizi ni za uongo, na uongo uliopikwa na kuuzwa ndani ya Ikulu. Nyumba iliyopaswa kuwa alama ya mshikamano sasa imekuwa ni makao makuu ya udanganyifu. Kwa hivyo, shoka la KTN lasemaje? Wakati rais anavunja ahadi za kukomesha ukatili wa polisi, wakati anadanganya kuhusu kupunguza matumizi, wakati anazusha mabilioni kwa chai, safari, magari na hongo, wakati anageuza Ikulu kuwa jukwaa la uongo, huu sio uongozi. Huu ni usaliti. Mimi ni Haman Kamariki, nikiaga kwa msemo, ng'ombe wa maskini hufia jangwani, watajiri hufia majani.